South Carolina coach June Raines is a man in search of some runs. His team played a fine game in the opener of the College World Series on Friday, but lost to Arkansas 1-0. Defensively, the Gamecocks executed flawlessly, stopping a suicide squeeze play and making some fine catches in the outfield. But the bats were silent, and South Carolina got only 6 hits. Oklahoma State's Gary Ward found himself on the wrong side of a one-sided game Friday night against Mississippi State. Pitching coach Tom Holliday kept looking for someone to stop the Bulldogs, but couldn't find anyone who could do it. Oklahoma State losing 12-3. Their big hitters didn't produce the way they have all season, and college baseball's home run king Pete Incaviglia was kept quiet. He'll try to get his teammates fired up for the elimination game with South Carolina in Game 5 of the College World Series. Welcome live to Rosenblatt Stadium in Omaha, Nebraska. This is Game 5 of the College World Series. The Cowboys of Oklahoma State meeting the Gamecocks of South Carolina. Hello, everyone. I'm Sam Rosen. It's a pleasure to be with you again for College World Series action. This is the first elimination game of this double elimination tournament. Each of these two teams has lost previously. Oklahoma State meeting South Carolina, two teams in search of pitching. I don't have to search for pitching. My pitcher is right next to me, Big Paul Splittorff. And Paul, what about the pitching situation for these two teams?
All-American Mike Cook of South Carolina pitched 8 innings the other night. He's head and shoulders above any other pitcher on either one of these staffs. He's out after the work he did 2 nights ago. Both these staffs are now reduced to spot starter, long relief type pitchers who a couple times through the order, 4, maybe 5 innings. That's all a coach can ask out of these guys.
Now, besides looking for pitching, South Carolina is looking for hitting. They were held to only 6 hits, losing 1-0 in 14 innings against Arkansas. They've got to find some runs.
They certainly do. Joe Dayton is a major concern for Oklahoma State. The key to him might be the leadoff hitter, Jeff Barnes, number 2 man, Rob Reinhardt, who came into the series a very hot hitter. The other night, they were combined a 1 for 11. South Carolina didn't score any runs.
Now, to find out just what South Carolina plans to do to manufacture some runs, let's check in with their head coach. He's with Irv Brown down on the field. Let's go to Irv.
Hey, thank you, Sam. June Raines, the burning question, will you score some runs tonight?
Well, we're going to beg, borrow, and steal, and cheat, or do whatever we have to, because in 14 innings we hadn't scored. I got 2 ex-big leaguers sitting on the bench, and you might see them in the lineup today.
All right, good luck to you, Coach. Sam, quick update on the field. It's very rough, and I watched them during infield practice. They're having a problem. Should be a factor. Back upstairs, guys.
Okay, defense certainly a consideration. Offense for Oklahoma State, this is a team, as you well know, can score a lot of runs, and they would like to get out on top in a hurry.
When you examine Oklahoma State over this season, when they have scored early, they've scored often. 10, 12 runs is not out of the question with this ball club. The other night, they did not score until the 6th inning, ended up with 4 for the night.
Up and down the lineup, they have 300 hitters. They have a lot of big RBI men, led by their cleanup man, Pete Incaviglia, the man who set all kinds of records for home runs and RBIs. He's made 3 appearances in the College World Series and left a lot of fine memories. So we asked Pete about his biggest memory of his trips to Omaha.
And I remember mostly is, 3rd, 4th games, when it gets kind of tight and baseball gets better, I love this game as much as anybody. I think I've had a great year, and, we played good baseball. I'd like to win one before I leave here. I've been here, it's my 3rd year, and I haven't won one. My dream is to win one, and, what can I say? I can't express how good I feel to be here 3 years in a row.
The Cowboys of Oklahoma State have come to Omaha with outstanding talent each year, but haven't won the big one, and it's been frustrating.
Yeah, it's frustration, last year we had a great team, the year before we had a great team, and, it's frustration that we were getting beat 8-1, and, it was do or die, and it was like 7th inning, and, it's frustration when you see your team kind of die and roll over.
Pete Incaviglia will go down as one of college baseball's greatest hitters. Tonight could be his final game.
Well, I've ended my last 2 at-bats in the College World Series with home runs, 83 and 84. I like to end it with a bang. I like to go out with a good day, hit a couple home runs, and let some people remember me for a while. I don't want people to forget me in college baseball. I want to win a national championship so people won't forget me.
Safe to say that people won't forget the power-hitting exploits of Pete Incaviglia. Certainly Incaviglia is important, but so are the starting pitchers today. A left-handed freshman, Brian Curry, goes for South Carolina.
Young pitcher, good, strong arm, got a good fastball. He's been having trouble lately with his control. In fact, he has not won a ball game since April 4th.
And for Oklahoma State, it's a right-hander, Chris Bailey.
Fifth-year senior, good control. He needs to keep his club in the game through the middle part of the innings.
I don't think we can expect to see either man around by the ninth inning.
They're spot starters, middle relievers. I don't think either coach expects that tonight.
Okay, it should be an interesting ball game, an exciting ball game, because one of these two teams will be heading home. One will continue on in the College World Series. Also, later tonight, we'll have Game 6, an elimination game with Arizona meeting Stanford. But right now, we're set for Game 5, the Cowboys of Oklahoma State and the Gamecocks of South Carolina. Game 5 of the College World Series is being brought to you by Coleman, much more than a camping company. We outfit your outdoors. This is the 15th College World Series appearance for Oklahoma State, their 5th in a row under head coach Gary Ward. Leading off is center fielder Doug DeCenzo, a junior who's hitting .389 with 64 stolen bases. Batting second, shortstop Randy Whistler, a senior who has 62 RBIs. Batting third, the catcher Mike Day, a senior. He's hitting .314. He has 96 walks. Batting fourth, the big man Pete Incaviglia in left field with a college record 47 homers and 140 RBIs. Batting fifth, right fielder Billy Smith, a senior who has 77 runs batted in. Batting sixth, first baseman Jimmy Barrigan, a sophomore who's hitting .341 with 53 RBIs. Batting seventh, the third baseman Kevin Fowler, a senior who has 15 home runs. Batting eighth, the DH Carlos Diaz, a junior from Elizabeth, New Jersey. He has 53 RBIs. And batting ninth, the second baseman Sergio Espinal, a sophomore from New York City, hitting .327. Checking the defense for South Carolina, that's Joe Dayton at first base. Hard-hitting Joe Dayton. Riley Polk is at second. At shortstop is Jeff Barnes, outstanding hitter, solid defensive player. Freshman Dave Hollins is at third base. In left field, Rob Reinhardt. He's an excellent hitter, good outfielder as well. Scott Mackey had a real fine game in the College World Series opener, good center fielder. And around and right is the senior Keith Killian, originally scheduled to be the DH. He's starting in the outfield. Scott Lambert, he's got a good arm, real strong arm. They'll need that behind the plate. And on the mound is the freshman Brian Curry, who's 6-1. We talked to June Raines, the head coach of South Carolina, and asked him to talk about his left-hander.
The secret to Brian Curry is he got control early. He can be tough. He gets a little wild. We have to go out and get him. And the breaking ball is a problem pitch for him because he struggles with it at times. When it's good, it's hard breaking ball down and into right-hand hitters, and that's the key to Brian Curry.
Brian Curry, who has not won since April the 4th. And going against Oklahoma State. And leading off is the outstanding leadoff man. A lot of speed. Doug DeCenzo, the center fielder, a switch hitter. We've seen him mostly left-handed. Good batting average. 1 for 4 in the opening game of the College World Series. Stole a base in that game. He has 64 stolen bases. Randy Whistler, who hits second, handles the bat well and has 37 stolen bases. So up front, Oklahoma State can move. Beautiful sunshiny day in Omaha, Nebraska. Strong wind blowing in again. We've had a lot of wind. First pitch is a ball.
Brian Curry fights consistency more than anything else. I don't think that's any real surprise. He's just 18 years old. When he goes home this summer, he will go back to his American Legion team.
Fastball is down low. DeCenzo's got a good eye, draws a lot of walks. Gets on for those big guys coming up, especially Incaviglia, but Day number 3, Incaviglia 4, and Smith 5. DeCenzo with 87 walks this season and 98 hits. That's quite a year and a lot of on base. Fastball down low, it's 3-0. So already seeing a sign on the youngster, Brian Curry. And June Raines, the head coach of South Carolina, said he won't go too far. If Curry is off with his control, he'll be out of there early.
Well, there again, it's the consistency. An experienced pitcher may start off a ball game shaky, but be able to adjust and make corrections in his delivery or whatever it is, find the control. A freshman, that's going to be difficult to do.
That fastball is high. Walk DeCenzo on 4 pitches. DeCenzo with good speed. Curry does not have a good move to first base. Has trouble holding men on. Could be a tough situation right here. Umpire behind the plate is Dan Peterson. This is his first College World Series. Murray Stray, his 3rd College World Series at first. Al Foreman, the veteran, this is his 9th College World Series, is at second, and Gus Steiner, another veteran of the College World Series action, is at 3rd. Curry throwing over. DeCenzo, you see the numbers on his stolen bases. He's got a good lead. Pitch is high. DeCenzo is moving back to first base on that first pitch. Now Lambert goes out to talk to Brian Curry, and already South Carolina has a pitcher warming up in the bullpen. Casey Reed, the right-hander, is up quickly.
Well, I think sometimes you have to do this when you have a young pitcher out there, that if he runs into trouble, you don't want to go with him too long because he's probably not going to find his control. He'll need a good start today.
DeCenzo gets back. Randy Whistler is the hitter for Oklahoma State. Whistler hitting .332 on the season. Fastball got the inside corner. Outfield shades Whistler to the alleys, giving him the lines. See the South Carolina defense. A lot of room down the lines. Kenyon playing deep in right field. The wind blowing out towards right. Throw to first is not in time.
Throwing to first base is a real problem for Brian Curry. Not a real good move. Also not very accurate on his throws. It's been a problem all season long.
DeCenzo with a good lead. Again, he was moving back to first. Hit in the air to right center field. Mackey got a good jump. The wind takes it away from him, but he stays with it and makes the play. 1 man out. Wind blowing strong. Skies are beautifully clear. Maybe gusting a little higher than 13 miles per hour right now, but just a great day. 65 degrees. Beautiful day here in Omaha. And the catcher, Mike Day, had a great World Series last year. Gotten that batting average up last couple of weeks. And you see the RBI numbers, 87. On any other team, that would be close to leading the team. With Incaviglia, it's not even remotely close, with Incaviglia having 140. Kenyon is deep in right, straight away on Day. He's got a big hole between first and second. Day usually hits up the middle. Time is called. Herb Brown, what's it like down on the field?
Boy, Paul, I think, can identify a little bit with this. The left-hander Curry did not throw strikes in the bullpen warming up. They're really concerned here on the bench that he gets. I'll get it back to you.
And he threw wild to first base, trying to pick off DeCenzo, and DeCenzo moves up.
Well, Sam, we had talked about the problems in throwing to first base. Does not have a good move on his normal step to first base. Tries to change up a little bit there with the jump snap throw. Uncorks a wild one. Moves up the base for the Oklahoma State Cowboys.
That time DeCenzo did not have a big lead, but the pickoff throw goes wild. It's an error for the pitcher Brian Curry, and showing some signs of shakiness as Mike Day gets set to step in.
A good point by Irv Brown there as far as the warm-up period for Brian Curry. If he's not throwing strikes in the bullpen, may be an indication that he'll have trouble. That's why there's action in the bullpen early.
Breaking ball misses. Count is 1-1. And there is the big man, Pete Incaviglia. What a season he has had. A junior, likely to be drafted right up top in the baseball draft coming up tomorrow. Should be one of the first few players drafted. Might even be number 1. Curry continues to struggle. He's gone to the breaking ball on Day and missed twice. 1 man out. We're in the top half of the first inning. Mike Day, man with a great eye. He has 96 walks this season. Fastball misses low and in. 3-1 today. Curry, as Paul mentioned, got off to a great start in this his freshman year, and then started to struggle, and has not won since early April. But right now, he's a very important man for South Carolina. Missed high and inside. 2 walks for Oklahoma State here in the first inning. 1 man out, and Pete Incaviglia comes up.
Brian Curry having control troubles. I think we'll see him arch his back here, fall back on his heels. Watch his follow through on that lead foot, falling over to the third base side. Now, balance is a very important thing for whether you're a golfer, a hitter, a pitcher, basketball shooting a jump shot. Balance is very important. When you see a pitcher fall off like that, you have to think that the balance isn't there. Therefore, control is going to be a problem. That's pitching coach Jeff Twitty, number 30, out to the mound to talk to the left-hander Brian Curry. And Incaviglia is ready to step in. This is his 3rd College World Series, 5th year in a row. Oklahoma State has come to the College World Series, 15th time overall. Oklahoma State won the championship in 1959. Finished 3rd last year. Look at the numbers on Incaviglia. More than a slugger. He's got a good, quick bat. And in a situation he likes, 2 men on, 1 man out. Fastball on inside. Outfield is deep and around towards left. Big gap down the right field line for Incaviglia. Incaviglia, a very good fastball hitter, would like a young, inexperienced pitcher out there throwing hard to him.
Casey Reed continues to warm up in the South Carolina bullpen. Fastball pop foul. Back and out of the ballpark. Don't forget, later on tonight, we will bring you Game 6 of the College World Series live. Arizona meeting Stanford. The winner will continue on. The loser will go home. John Sanders and Jim Price will bring you that action. There's Casey Reed. Runners are going. Pitches a strike, the throw down not in time. Only DeCenzo going. Day held at first base, so DeCenzo running on his own. It was not a double steal. DeCenzo steals 3rd. Incaviglia went around on the breaking ball, and the count is 1-2.
If it was a double steal, Mike Day at first base missed the sign. DeCenzo probably ran on his own, saw something in the pitcher's delivery. Curry has that high kick. There's plenty of time for a runner, if he can get a jump, to get to third base before the ball will. Pitcher needs to unload the ball quickly with a man on second base.
Gary Ward talking to home plate umpire Dan Peterson about that call strike. I think Ward liked the call. Peterson said that Incaviglia went around. Count is 1-2. Runners at first and third with no one out. Top half of the first inning. 2 walks have gotten Brian Curry in a jam. And Incaviglia is ready. Curveball hit in the air to right field. Down the line, Kenyon with a long run and trips and falls. The ball is foul. He tripped over the mound in the bullpen.
Great try. Fine try.
Kenyon had a shot at making the catch. Hit a long run, but tripped as he got to the bullpen and tripped over the mound.
That was a real
a lot of things working against the right fielder here. 1, that is the sun field, is a very difficult position this time of day. 2, the wind is carrying that ball towards the foul line, farther away from the right fielder. The last thing he needs is to have to run over a warm-up mound.
Keith Kenyon, a real hustler and a real gamer for South Carolina. Safe to say, had he caught the ball, DeCenzo would have scored. So we'll see what happens. The count 1-2 on Incaviglia. Fastball just missed inside. Lambert, the catcher, wanted that one. Curry from Lexington, South Carolina. 18 years old. 2-2. Curveball hit in the air, high to short center field. Riley Polk, the second baseman, goes back. Makes the catch. DeCenzo comes down from third a few strides, but goes back. So they get in Cavilla on the pop-up. 2 men out. Runners remain at first and third. That's Mike Day. And here comes Billy Smith, the right fielder.
Brian Curry went to his breaking ball in that situation against Incaviglia. They talk about a major league pop-up. That was one right there. A difficult play for second baseman Riley Polk, who went back, battling the sun and the wind also, made a nice play.
Not out of the woods yet by any means. Despite getting Incaviglia, here's Smith with 11 home runs and 77 RBIs. Got the breaking ball over. Could be a big situation in this ball game early. As we mentioned, Oklahoma State likes to jump out on top. They had the opportunity with 2 on and 1 out. Pickoff moved to first.
Good idea throwing to first base. With Incaviglia at the plate, Oklahoma State not doing any running, making sure that he gets something to hit. Although with Billy Smith at the plate, Oklahoma State might be running.
That pitch misses outside. Fastball's up high. It's 2-1 on Billy Smith. Curry still has a base open. He can afford to be careful with Smith. He's got a left-handed hitter in Jimmy Barrigan on deck. Curveball hangs up and away. It's 3-1 on Smith. I want to take his chances with the left-hander Barrigan.
He really doesn't want to back himself too far into a corner yet because he has not established his control.
3-1 fastball popped up off the third base side. Dave Hollins goes over. He's got some room, but it falls back about 3 rows. Hollins goes back. That's Dave Holliday coaching at first. And Gary Ward is coaching at third. Count is full. Day will be running from first. 3-2 to Smith, just inside. So 3 walks by Brian Curry have loaded the bases. And now Jimmy Barrigan will step in. Curry wanted that pitch.
Well, that's typically the way things go, Sam. When a pitcher is out there struggling, the umpire has a tendency to get a little bit tighter. Now, once you establish your control that you can move the ball around, you're going to be on the plate. Umpires have a tendency to give you a little bit more, but you have to establish that control first.
Here's Jimmy Barrigan, a sophomore. This is his first year at Oklahoma State, and he's had a good year. It's the fastball high. Bases loaded on walks here in the first inning. The freshman Brian Curry in a jam. Fastball got the outside corner. Outfield playing Barrigan straight away. Deep in right. Killian playing deep with that wind blowing across from left to right. Barrigan's got some power. He has 9 home runs. Breaking ball on the ground, foul outside of first. So Curry gets ahead of Barrigan.
More of a relaxed situation for Brian Curry, who has already thrown 28 pitches in this inning.
See that wind whipping across from left to right. Big spot for the freshman. If he can get out of the jam, it could give him a lot of confidence. 1-2. Curveball just missed. Curry with a long look in at umpire Dan Peterson. Count is 2-2. 2 men out, and the bases loaded for Oklahoma State. Top half of the first inning. fastball. Berrigan doesn't believe it. Curry runs off, and he's gotten out of the jam. Oklahoma State gets 3 walks in the top half of the first inning, but the big strikeout of Jimmy Berrigan lets 3 men stranded. And at the end of the top half of the first, Oklahoma State nothing, and South Carolina is coming to bat.
Contest, the honorary captains, Oklahoma State.
Good fastball, knee high, outside corner. I don't think he's intentionally trying to throw a pitch, try to needle a corner. He's just trying to throw a strike, but it was great location.
And there it was.
First baseline. Please show your appreciation to these honorary captains.
And Peterson calls him out. Berrigan doesn't like it, but the sides are retired. South Carolina coming to bat. This is the 5th College World Series for the Gamecocks. As the right-hander Chris Bailey warms up, he'll face Jeff Barnes, the shortstop, leading off. Rob Reinhart, the left fielder, bats second. Joe Dayton, the first baseman, bats third. Keith Gillian, the right fielder, will bat cleanup. Scott Mackey bats fifth. He's the center fielder. Eddie Lendensky will be the designated hitter this afternoon. Scott Lambert, the catcher, bats seventh. Dave Hollins, the freshman, bats eighth. He's at third base. And Riley Polk, the second baseman, bats ninth. And there is Chris Bailey on the mound. Jimmy Berrigan plays first base for Oklahoma State, and he is a good first baseman. Sergio Espinal from New York City is at second. The senior and the veteran, Randy Whistler, by trade a second baseman, but a steady shortstop. Kevin Fowler will be at third this afternoon. In left field is Pete Incaviglia, the All-American. In center field, outstanding defensive outfielder Doug DeCenzo. He can run the balls down in center. Billy Smith checks the sun in right field, and that is the sun field this afternoon. Hardworking Mike Day, good handler of pitchers behind the plate. And the right-hander, Chris Bailey, is on the mound to start this big game for Oklahoma State. You see the numbers on Chris Bailey. We talked to head coach Gary Ward about his starter this afternoon, Chris Bailey.
Chris Bailey is a senior right-hander who's gone through some arm problems from time to time, but Chris is a 3-pitch pitcher. Mid-80s, low 80s with a fastball, throws a slider or a slurve, and throws a split-fingered pitch called a forkball. He's a command-type guy. He's got to locate the fastball because it does not have movement in the zone. He's got to get the slider down because it's not a real quick slider, and he's a finesse-type guy. He does have command, will throw strikes, and if you play good defense, guy can give you 5 or 6 pretty good innings.
And that's what they're looking for. Jeff Barnes hitting .356, second on the team in hitting. Takes the ball. Barnes has got some power. He's got 10 home runs this year. Good leadoff man. Swings the bat very well.
Barnes came into the series hitting very well in recent weeks for South Carolina, although 0 for 5 the other night.
As you mentioned, those top 2 men in the lineup, very important for South Carolina. On the ground slowly to second. Espinal throws him out. Sergio Espinal makes the play.
Good pitch down in the strike zone. Looks like there was some movement on it down. A roller hit in the infield. Very slow infield grass here. It's grown up quite a bit. A lot of moisture here in the Midwest this season. It's been a good growing season. This field is in good shape. Nice play by second baseman Espinosa.
The leadoff man for, rather the number 2 man for South Carolina, but the leading hitter is Rob Reinhart, the left fielder. Reinhart had been hitting over 400, has dropped off the last couple of games. He was kept quiet in the opening game of the World Series, went 0 for 6. South Carolina held to just 6 hits by Arkansas. Good fastball by Bailey. Counts 0-2 on Rob Reinhart. Reinhart leads the team in doubles with 21. Has 14 home runs. Fastball popped up off the hands. Whistler is right there to put it away. 2 men out. Bailey off to a good start on the mound for Oklahoma State.
Chris is doing what he does best, and that's locating the ball, getting the strike. What he's known for is his consistency and his control. And if he keeps the ball in the strike zone, South Carolina's going to have to move the ball to get on base. That's what Oklahoma State wants. They want a pitcher out there throwing strikes.
Here's the power man for South Carolina, Joe Dayton, the first baseman. Good numbers this year. 23 home runs, 87 RBIs. Looked like a slider down low. Bottom half of the first inning, no score. Oklahoma State and South Carolina, Game 5 of the College World Series. That breaking ball misses inside. The winner will play Wednesday night against the loser of the Miami-Texas game. The loser goes home in this double elimination tournament. Each team has lost once already. On the ground at third, Fowler takes the big hop. Waits and throws. Sides retired in order. Good inning for Chris Bailey and the Oklahoma State Cowboys. One inning complete. Game 5 of the College World Series in Omaha, Nebraska. Oklahoma State and South Carolina. There is no score. A good inning for Chris Bailey as he pitched well and got South Carolina 1-2-3.
Sam, we talk about balance on your pitcher. It's also important when fielding the ball. Here, third baseman Fowler. Balance, leaning forward, going into the ball. Good strong arm. He's a high school shortstop, converted to a third baseman at the college level.
Handle that high hop well.
That's because he's on balance. When you're on balance, you can move left, right. You're ready for a bad hop. Also in position to make a good strong throw.
Take a look at pitching and defense for these two teams. Oklahoma State has made a lot more errors. They made a few the other night against Mississippi State. Kevin Fowler, the man who made that last play at third base, to close out the bottom of the first, leads it off. Fowler has not hit for average, but he has had some power. 15 home runs this year. 63 RBIs. Down low with that fastball. Brian Curry, the freshman, worked out of trouble in the first inning. Walked 3 men. Got a couple of big outs. Got Incaviglia to pop out with first and third. A little off that pitch. Count is 2-1. So as it turned out, Killian tripping in the bullpen in right field
saves a run.
Was a benefit for South Carolina. That's right. Had he not tripped, he might have caught that ball. The run would have scored on the sacrifice fly.
But without the wind, it would have been a fair ball.
Right. Hit hard up the alley in left center. Mackey goes over, can't get there. It's a base hit. First hit of the ball game. Kevin Fowler leads off the second inning with a single to left center.
Kevin Fowler stings this ball pretty well. Actually drives it into left center field. It's a line drive, but the wind holding it up a little bit still gets a base hit on it, but he hit that ball pretty well. It would be an indication of how the ball is going to carry this evening as opposed to yesterday.
Again, strong wind blowing across from left to right. Here is Carlos Diaz, fine catcher. He's a junior from Elizabeth, New Jersey. He's the designated hitter this afternoon. Play by Scott Lambert. Lambert and Jeff Churchich split the catching duties for South Carolina. Lambert with stronger arm than Churchich. About even in their hitting. Diaz hits this one hard to left field and deep. Back goes Reinhardt, can't get it. Off the wall. On his way to third is Fowler, and Diaz will go into second with a double. Back-to-back hits by Oklahoma State. Both hit hard by Fowler and Diaz.
That ball hit hard. Also a low line drive. The wind really did not affect that one much. Actually get in under the wind, top spin on it. Got by the left fielder before he had really had a chance to move too much. Fastball up in the strike zone, about belt high there. Good top hand, driving the ball into left field.
That's the 16th double we've had.
Halfway up the wall. Reinhardt playing it. Runners at second and third with nobody out for Oklahoma State. Here in the top half of the second, second baseman Sergio Espinal. Contact hitter, steps in. Missed the fastball. Once again, Casey Reed warming up in the South Carolina bullpen. He was up throughout the first inning, almost with the first batter. There's Reed. In the first inning, it was control. Here, Oklahoma State is hit. First 2 men up. Ball gets away from the catcher. Down comes Fowler from third. He'll score. Oklahoma State takes a 1-0 lead.
That has been a problem for South Carolina all season long with Scott Lambert behind the plate. Has no errors. Throws very well, fields very well. That will be his 12th pass ball of the year, something that the South Carolina coaches have a very difficult time explaining. This is a breaking ball, down and away in the strike zone, not in the dirt.
Ball he should have handled.
Should be handled.
Right off his glove, back to the screen. Fowler scores easily. And Diaz moves to third. Nobody out. Infield is back. Espinal fakes a bunt. Holds up. It's 2-1. Herb Brown on the first base side. What's it look like in the sun?
Gary Ward wants Espinal to go the right side. That's what he does best. Paul, you'll appreciate this sitting next to the late Charlie Lau for years. Ward is a master at getting them to hit in zones. He wants them to swing the bat in the zone that they can handle. He's one of the best I've ever been around.
He's definitely got his ideas on what he wants his players doing. With a fastball pitcher out on the mound, has not established the breaking ball to this point in the ball game. I think if I were a hitter, I would go up there looking for a fastball, possibly even in an area, get a good swing, try to drive it.
That pitch is in the dirt. Espinal walks. Runners at first and third, nobody out. June Raines is coming out to the mound. He might make a pitching change here. June Raines, the head coach. Yes, Casey Reed will come on. So he has not gone long with the starter, the freshman Brian Curry. Curry struggled with control in the first inning, got out of a bases-loaded jam. Here in the second, a single, a double, and a pass ball. Now a walk. 1 run in, runners at first and third, and nobody out. And Oklahoma State threatening to get some more. Right-hander Casey Reed will come on for South Carolina. We're in the top of the second. Junior Casey Reed has come on. A record of 2-5. This is his 17th appearance of the season, 9th in relief. Last year he was 8-3, and this year has struggled along. Runner on average of 6.25.
Another good arm out there for South Carolina. Good fastball, a little bit straight at times. Again, the problem is with the breaking ball. Has a decent curveball, but he's inconsistent with it. Good compact delivery. Strong pitcher.
But in a difficult situation. Pitching so important, as we mentioned. Runners at first and third. There is Brian Curry, pitched only 1 inning, allowed 2 hits, walked 4, struck out 1, thus far charged with 1 run. Runners at first and third. Diaz at third. Espinal at first. There's Diaz, who doubled off the left field wall. Espinal is at first. And Doug DeCenzo, the leadoff man, turns around to bat left-handed against the right-hander Casey Reed. Fastball is a strike. Third baseman Hollins is wide of the line at third, but even with a bag, short and second are back looking for 2. Espinal's got good speed at first base. He's stolen 30 bases. On the ground, past the dive of Dayton and into right field. Diaz scores. Espinal goes to third. Oklahoma State leads 2-0.
Oklahoma State doing exactly what they hoped for. Opportunities to score runs early in the ballgame. South Carolina needs to close the floodgates right now while they're still in the game.
And Oklahoma State swinging the bat here in the second inning. They've got 3 hits.
Randy Whistler, shortstop.
DeCenzo getting a ball to hit out over the plate. When you're holding runners at first base, you're in close. Doesn't take much to get a ball by at the corners.
DeCenzo, as we said, a fine leadoff man, picks up his 59th RBI. Here's Randy Whistler. Fastball down low. Whistler just had a great World Series last year. Hit 400, drove in 10 runs. Played second base last year with Gary Green, the shortstop. This year, Oklahoma State has looked for a regular shortstop, and finally, Whistler, the veteran, just was the most consistent. DeCenzo gets back. Goes play. DeCenzo, as you know, has got great speed. He stole third base in the first inning. His 65th steal of the season. And Whistler, a good hitter. Handle the bat. Outside, 2-0. Two right-handers warming up for South Carolina. As Casey Reed. There's number 11 is Larry Price. Number 27 is Steve Boley. Fastball misses up high. 3-0 to DeCenzo. Excuse me, to Whistler. With Day on deck and Incaviglia to follow. Missed. Walked him on 4. Fifth walk of the ball game issued by South Carolina pitchers. Bases are loaded. Still nobody out. And Mike Day steps in. June Raines concerned about the situation. Knows he's thin on the pitching staff.
He's got real problems. I think it points out the strength of Mike Cook, the ace, the All-American for South Carolina. Just a masterful performance the other day in the first game of the series. Got problems today.
Infield stays back, looking for 2 for South Carolina. Fastball low and inside. 3 hits and 2 walks in the second inning for Oklahoma State. Have produced 2 runs and the bases loaded. And swinging the big bar is Pete Incaviglia, ready to come up. Took a little off and missed that pitch. Reed having trouble finding the plate. After the single by DeCenzo, he's thrown 6 straight balls. June Raines is just about ready to come out. Day takes ball 3.
Reed usually has pretty decent control at that fastball. That's what he's been throwing almost exclusively. Did throw a straight changeup that was down in the strike zone. Good fastball, but you have to have it over the plate.
It's inside. Day walks for the second time of the game, 98th time this year. It forces in a run, and Oklahoma State leads 3-0. Bases remain loaded. Nobody out.
Batter, 29.
June Raines.
Left fielder, Pete Incaviglia.
Trying to figure out just what to do.
There's really nothing you can do. There's no defense for a walk. It's probably the most frustrating thing for a coach. Also for the infielders and outfielders. They'll be back on their heels. You rarely get very good defense when you have pitchers out there throwing a lot of balls, walking them in.
Infield stays back. Nobody out. 3 runs in. Incaviglia misses the high fastball. Figuring that Casey Reed will groove one, looking for a strike after 8 straight balls. Incaviglia went after it. Didn't get it. Asks for time and gets it from home plate umpire Dan Peterson. Incaviglia popped up with runners at first and third in the first inning. Way outside. Oklahoma State 3, South Carolina nothing. We're in the top half of the second inning. The bases loaded and nobody out. Casey Reed, the junior, in relief for the left-hander Brian Curry. In the dirt. Curry's record is complete, pitching 1 inning and allowing 3 runs, 2 hits, 4 walks, 1 strikeout. The runners on base now belong to Casey Reed. Incaviglia pops it back off the press box. Paul Splittorff reached for it, just couldn't make it. I didn't bring his glove. I know I'm your caddy. Tell me to bring your glove wherever you go.
I'm ducking if they come close. I'll be honest about it.
2-2 on Incaviglia with the bases loaded. Got him on a breaking ball. One man out. Big pitch and a big out for Casey Reed.
Big strikeout for Casey Reed after throwing the fastball, not getting hurt with it. Incaviglia fouling a couple of them off. Breaking ball. Good pitch. Got him on the breaking ball after showing the fastball.
One man out. Smith hits it on the ground. Billy Smith, the right fielder. Oklahoma State loaded the bases in the first inning on 3 walks, did not score. They've come through with 3 runs, 3 hits, a couple of more walks. Popped in the air and dropping into right field, a base hit. One run is in. Whistler being waved around. He'll score. On to third goes Day, and it's 5-0 as Billy Smith drops the bloop single into right field. 2 more RBIs for Billy Smith, giving him 79 on the season, and Oklahoma State has got 5 runs on the board.
Billy Smith got a breaking ball in the outer part of the plate, looped it into right field. We just got done mentioning how you rarely get good defense when there are a lot of walks. That happened in right field. Keith Killian out there let the ball get away from him. Runners moved up another base. Key hit by Billy Smith.
Runners at first and third. Still only 1 out for Jimmy Berrigan. Takes a good fastball. Berrigan struck out looking to end the first inning. I think he's chomping on the bit to change that. Gary Ward certainly happy he's out in front. Diving back to first to Smith. He wanted to get his team up top. They fell behind against Mississippi State. Never could get their game going and lost 12-3. Missed outside. Count 1-1 on Berrigan. Outfield shades Berrigan around towards right. Killian really straightaway right and deep. Runner goes from first on the ground. Dayton a good play. Play is to first in time for the out at first. But scoring from third base is Mike Day, and it's now 6-0.
Good range by Joe Dayton at first base. Made a real good play on a short hop. Didn't have a play at second base.
That's because Smith was running on the pitch.
And good speed also.
Took it away from him.
You can do a lot of things offensively when you have a lead. Move your runners.
6 runs in for Oklahoma State. Runner at second, 2 men out. And Kevin Fowler steps in. Fowler started this inning with a base hit to left center. He's the 10th batter of the inning. Outside a ball. 4 hits in the inning for Oklahoma State. Fowler a single. Double by Diaz. Check swing foul. Richmond real tight. DeCenzo got a single. And a single by Billy Smith. 3 walks in the inning certainly have hurt South Carolina badly. Here's Smith. 2-run single. Hit hard but foul outside third. One thing about Oklahoma State that we've noticed time and again, this is a team that knows how to win. So despite the big loss the other night against Mississippi State, this is a team that doesn't get down. They've got a great head coach in Gary Ward who knows how to motivate his players, and he has gotten them ready. We've seen them come back during the regular season after losing a doubleheader to Nebraska, losing badly, bounce back and rip Nebraska doubleheader. This team is a determined team. A lot of veterans, and they know how to win. The biggest problem is just finding some arms, some pitchers. Fastball is popped foul off the right side.
Oklahoma State has a lot of players that know how to play the game. They haven't packed their bags because they lost their first ball game of the series. They feel that they can come back. They're not intimidated by anybody. They come to the ballpark to swing the bats, and they'll take their chances any day of the week.
Coach Gary Ward loosed them up a little bit by pitching batting practice himself yesterday. Said he got Incaviglia out 9 times. 1-2 to Fowler, line to left center field, could drop in and does. Around third is Smith, and he'll score. And it's 7-0 as Fowler gets his second hit of the inning. Both singles to left center field. Big inning for the Cowboys of Oklahoma State. As we mentioned, they hit up and down the lineup.
They can swing the bats. The first hit by Fowler in this inning was a fastball that was driven into left center field. This is a breaking ball down in the strike zone, not hit as hard, but the same area.
Carlos Diaz up for the second time in the inning, the 11th batter of the inning. He doubled off the left field wall. Runner goes from first. Throw by Lambert is there. He's out. Good throw by the catcher. Scott Lambert, and the side's retired, but Oklahoma State sends 10 men to the plate. They score 7 runs on 5 hits. No one left on at the end of an inning and a half. Game 5 of the College World Series. Oklahoma State leads South Carolina 7-0.
Take me out to the ball game. The Maniac has arrived. Scott Mackey, center field. The DH, Eddie Lendensky. 21, catcher, Scott Lambert. Number 14, Dave Hollins, third base. Those of you out there enjoying the sunshine, 66. Wind has shifted around a little bit now. It goes from the north to northeast, northeasterly direction occasionally, 10 miles an hour. Batter, number 8, Riley Cole, second base.
DH.
Mr. Jim Hines.
Tommy. Tom. I haven't even shook hands with you.
How are you, man? Yeah, that's what I mean. You're up 7. Yeah, watch finesse when you're up 7.
Number 5, second baseman, Sergio Espinal. Top of the order for OSU. Number 1, Doug DeCenzo, center field. Number 3, the shortstop, Randy Wesley. Good pickup. stolen base. To second. To third on the error on the throw. DeCenzo's stolen base was his 66th on the year. No runs, no hits, one error, one man left. Fans are reminded they're not allowed on the playing field. Violation of this could result in ejection from the stadium, and your continued fine cooperation is appreciated.
How about it, yo?
The left fielder, number 9, Rob Reinhardt. First baseman, Joe Dayton. Right fielder, Keith Kellyan. center fielder, Scott Mackey. No runs, no hits, no errors, 2 men left. The AAA Cornhusker Motor Club is providing free emergency mechanical and starting assistance if you have car problems while attending this game. If you have car problems while leaving the stadium, you find the AAA personnel on duty in the stadium office. Left fielder, Tate Encamilla. Right fielder, Billy Schmidt. Foul pitch. First baseman, Jimmy Barrigan. One run. No hits. No error. Nobody left. The College World Series official program is $2.50 at the souvenir stand. Includes a scorecard insert. Catcher, Scott Lambert. Sanford's 8th double on the year. Batter for 14, third baseman Dave Hollins. Second baseman, Riley Polk. Moving to the top of the order, South Carolina. Shortstop, Jeff Barnes. Run scored on the wild pitch. runs, 1 hit, no errors, nobody left. After 4, board totals are correct. I'd like to call your attention to the sculptured bat trophy, which is annually presented by Hillary and Bradley Company, makers of the Louisville Slugger bats. The trophy is presented to the champions in each division of the NCAA baseball championships. This unique trophy is on display as you enter Rosenblatt Stadium. The sculptured bat is a hand-carved bat from northern Latin. Ramos Diaz. observation. In case you visited the souvenir stand recently, found a little trouble there with T-shirts, the large and extra large sizes. They've just received big shipment, so you might pay another visit there. Pick up that large and extra large size T-shirt at the souvenir stands. Word doodle are correct. Batter is second baseman Sergio Espinal. Top of the order for Oklahoma State. Center fielder Doug DeCenzo. Shortstop Randy Whistler. The next game matches Stanford and Arizona. And the winner of that game goes to play the first game on Wednesday night at 4:10.
Well, if South Carolina is to get back in the ball game, they've got a chance because they got out of a big jam. Some fine defensive plays has to give them a little bit of a lift.
Well, they've needed some breaks coming into here. They've had scoring opportunities, hit the ball hard at times. Nothing's fallen for them. They've gotten a couple key plays defensively to get out of other jams. You get a feeling the tempo of this game may be changing. Oklahoma State scoring 7 in the second. That's what they like to do, score early, get a lot of runs. Now it's kind of turned around a little bit. Daly's on a little bit shaky ground. If South Carolina can get to him a little bit, they could get back in the ball game.
But they've got to get the big bats working, and one of them is the man at the plate right now, Rob Reinhart, the leading hitter this season for South Carolina. He has not had a hit in the World Series thus far. Counts 1-1. Chris Bailey, he has had some problems the last couple of innings. And I wouldn't be surprised if this will be as far as they'll go with him if he gets in trouble. Good pitch from Reinhart.
The way he pitches this inning will probably dictate whether he shows up for the 6th inning or not. If he gets into trouble here, you know he's going to be gone. It's a question of how long Oklahoma State will go with him.
On the ground foul. Bottom half of the 5th inning. Oklahoma State 8, South Carolina 2, Oklahoma State scoring 7 runs in the second inning. Still to come, Arizona and Stanford tonight, live right here on ESPN. Base hit for Reinhardt. His first hit of the College World Series. And that could be a big factor now, getting things going, getting the bats going for South Carolina. Joe Dayton, another man who's been kept quiet for most of the World Series, steps in.
We really felt coming into today's game one of the keys would be getting Barnes and Reinhardt on base. Reinhardt gets on base right now. Oklahoma State does a good job of charting pitches, where balls are hit, setting their defense. They didn't know a lot about South Carolina coming in. They watched tapes of their first game where there's very little offense. They're doing the best they can to position their defense.
Dayton, the big power man this season for South Carolina with 23 home runs. He's 1 for 7 in the World Series. Breaking pitch hangs inside. It's 2-0. Reinhardt, the runner at first with nobody out here in the bottom half of the 5th inning. 3-0. And Rockman back up quickly in the Oklahoma State bullpen. There he is. He's got to be loose now. He's been up and down last 3 innings. Walked him on 4 pitches. First and second. Nobody out for South Carolina. 5 walks given up by Chris Bailey. And here's Keith Killian. He's hit the ball hard both times up, but both times the wind has held it up in left center field, and DeCenzo has caught both.
Chris Bailey is really struggling now. He desperately wants to get through this 5th inning to at least qualify him for a win.
Tom Holliday, the pitching coach, will take a walk out to the mound. And this could be all for Chris Bailey. A single and a walk to open up the bottom half of the 5th inning. A hard hitter in Keith Killian, the cleanup batter. Holliday looks down to the bullpen. Still waiting, giving Rockman a few extra pitches. The umpire, Dan Peterson, walks out, and the call goes out. It's time for relief help. And Marv Rockman trots in for Oklahoma State, with Oklahoma State leading 8-2. Rockman will try to shut the door on South Carolina. The side armor, Marv Rockman, has come on to relieve Chris Bailey here in the bottom half of the 5th inning. And in a key situation, as South Carolina is making some noise here, some rumblings, and disturbing Gary Ward a little bit.
Marv Rockman, a side-arming right-hander, will give you a little bit different kind of delivery. Tall fella here. Pretty high leg kick. Unorthodox in the fact he does not throw 3/4 or overhand. Comes more from the side. Will be difficult for right-handed hitters to pick up. Been used primarily in relief. Another one of these middle relief guys. If Oklahoma State can get 4 innings out of him, like they did out of Chris Bailey, that's exactly what they're looking for. They don't really care how he does it. It doesn't have to be necessarily pretty. Just be effective.
18th appearance of the year for Marv Rockman. 17th relief appearance. Right around average of 4.86. A record of 6-0. Comes in to pitch against Keith Killian, the right fielder, with 2 men on, nobody out for South Carolina. Killian squares to bunt. Takes the ball. Bailey worked 4 innings. Allowed 4 hits, walked 5, struck out 3. Thus far has been charged with 2 runs. Again, Killian squares and takes the ball.
South Carolina showing that they want to move the runners along. Might look for him to square around and bunt here, but also take the pitch. Make Rockman throw a strike.
Exactly right. It's 3-0. Bailey threw 75 pitches in his 4 innings of work, 4 innings plus. And that was just about the point that they planned on for Bailey.
Like I said, it wasn't necessarily a pretty outing. Oklahoma State still getting what they looked for out of that starting pitcher.
Now they need relief help. And a balk has been called. A balk has been called. The second base umpire, Al Foreman, called the balk. And the runners move up.
Sam, I think we'll see this very well from the center field camera on this replay. He will come set at the belt here, now move again. The balk is called. He actually set twice. You set once, your next movement is to the plate. Came set again, and then delivered the pitch.
A walk in any event to Keith Killian, and the bases are loaded. See if we can pick up that balk again.
Okay, here he is in a stretch position. Comes set there. Comes set again.
Yeah.
That's a balk. Once you come set the first time, your next move is to the plate.
Now, Scott Mackey steps in. Mackey has hit the ball well. He is 1 for 2 in the game. Bases loaded, nobody out for South Carolina. And a ball. Rockman still can't find the plate.
Let's see if Mackey makes him throw a strike. Mackey got robbed by shortstop Randy Whistler on a short hop line drive, force out at second base. So he's seeing the ball well, swinging the bat well. Let's see if he takes a strike.
He does. 1-1 the count. Nobody out with the bases loaded. Mackey takes Lone inside. Count is 2-1. Hit on the ground to first. Berrigan will take it himself. They get it out. The runners move up. 1 run scores. Reinhardt comes in. Runners move up to third and second. That's Dayton at third. Reinhardt carries in run number 3 for South Carolina.
So the left-hand hitter up at the plate, Jimmy Berrigan, playing back at first base, will concede a run. Oklahoma State still feeling that this time they need to shut off that big inning. Will trade the out for the run if the ball is pulled to the right side.
Got a big man in Mackey. Mackey's been hitting the ball very well. Here's the designated hitter, Eddie Lendensky. And Lendensky hit the ball well his first time up. Got a line drive base hit, then walked his next time. Runners at second and third. Infield still back for Oklahoma State. They'll concede a run here. On the ground, foul. 8-3. Oklahoma State leads South Carolina. We're in the bottom half of the 5th inning. Marv Rockman misses the outside corner.
Sam, we take a look at the infield. Third base is the only position that Oklahoma State is in tight at. Joe Dayton at third base could go on contact, knowing the only position that he can get thrown out from would be third base.
Fouled at the plate off the foot of Lendensky, and the count is 1-2. Trying to walk it off. Boy, that stings a little bit. Man out. Runners at second and third. Rockman seems to have settled down after getting Mackey on that ground ball. A big out for him. Big man for South Carolina here. A base hit could really get him back in the ball game. Just missed inside. 2-2. Rockman, a junior from Fort Gibson, Oklahoma. A walk-on. He made the ball club. 2-2 to Lendensky. Down low. Foul back. Rockman's got a base to work with, and doesn't want to give Lendensky anything too good to hit. Got a right-handed batter on deck.
But at 3-2, he definitely needs to throw a strike here. South Carolina is one hit away from being right back in this ballgame.
Hit hard, deep to center field. DeCenzo goes back. He's got room, makes the catch. The runners tag up and move up. One run is in, and the ball rolls away from the third baseman, but Fowler runs it down. Kenyon to third. Dayton has scored on the sacrifice fly by Eddie Lendensky. 2 more runs for South Carolina here in the 5th. It's 8-4.
Good bit of hitting by Lendensky here, getting a fastball over the plate, a 3-2 count. Driving the ball well to center field, no question about it being a sacrifice fly. Both runners able to move up.
Here's the catcher, Scott Lambert. He doubled off the fence in left center his last time up. Takes low inside.
Doubled on maybe the hardest hit ball of the day.
South Carolina has cut the big lead in half. They trailed 8-0. It's down to 8-4. Good breaking ball from Rockman. Relief man Marv Rockman trying to shut the door here. Breaking ball hit in the air, foul off the right side. June Raines saying, give me a hit, Scott. Want that run in from third. We get a little bit closer. 1-2. On the ground, slowed into second. Espinal should have no problem. Sides retired. South Carolina comes back with 2 runs. They've cut the big lead of Oklahoma State in half. We've played 5 innings. Oklahoma State leading South Carolina 8-4. Head coach Gary Ward still trying to find the right pitching combination for him. The Maniac will be doing some more dancing tonight when Stanford goes against Arizona, and you'll see that live. That's Game 6 of the College World Series. John Sanders and Jim Price will bring it to you. The winner will stay here in Omaha. The loser will head on home in this double elimination tournament as we continue to bring you all the games of the 1985 College World Series. The winner of this game will play the loser of the Texas-Miami game. Wednesday night, Texas and Miami meet in a winner's bracket game on Tuesday night. Mississippi State plays Arkansas in a winner's bracket game on Monday night. Casey Reed, who came on in the 2nd inning in relief of the starter Brian Curry, to face Mike Day, who's walked all 3 times today.
And more activity in the South Carolina bullpen. Casey Reed now working in his 4th inning. Correction, has pitched for, and he's now working in his 5th inning.
Fastball just inside. Price and Boley have been working. That's Price, number 11, Boley, number 27. They've been up the last couple of innings. Talk about a guy with discipline at the plate and willing to give himself up. Mike Day. Man just takes to get on. He knows how to get on base.
Done it 3 times already. He's looking at his 4th.
And he's done it. 4 straight walks. That gives him an even 100 walks for the season.
And And that is the 7th walk given up by Casey Reed. Really done a good job of pitching around those walks. The reason is Oklahoma State has not gotten a key hit. They have threatened in every inning, leaving men on base. And Casey Reed has dodged a few bullets working around the walks.
Day scored after he walked in the 4th inning. He moved up on an infield out when Incaviglia grounded out, then went to 3rd on a wild pitch, scored on a sacrifice fly. Incaviglia misses the breaking pitch.
Casey Reed appears to get pumped up for facing Incaviglia. He's pitched him better than any other player in the Oklahoma State lineup.
He really has.
He has made pitch after pitch on Incaviglia.
He struck Incaviglia out. First time they faced each other, then got him on a slow roller to second base. Incaviglia also popped out against Brian Curry in the 1st inning. He's 0 for 3 thus far in the game. Went 2 for 3 against Mississippi State. Missed inside, 2-1. June Raines, the head coach of South Carolina, is up on the top step of the South Carolina dugout. He's ready to make a move. Breaking pitch misses. And this could be it. As Oklahoma State tries to build something here in the top half of the 6th inning. Oklahoma State leading South Carolina 8-4. Second round of the College World Series. Each of these teams losing in the 1st round. It's a double elimination tournament. Just foul tipped that rising fastball. Count full at 3-2. We'll see if Gary Ward elects to send Mike Day. No, he holds. Struck him out. Fastball on the outside corner. And Casey Reed continues to do the job on Incaviglia. He's gotten him 3 straight times, struck him out twice.
And he's challenged him with his fastball. He's also shown him the breaking ball. Coming here on a 3-2 pitch. Fastball down in the strike zone.
Good pitch.
Pretty much split the plate.
Seemed to maybe tail back a little off that outside corner.
That's what makes it a tough pitch for the pitcher. Looks like it's on the outer part of the plate, maybe even off the plate. You get that movement. A hitter actually gives up on it, thinking it's outside. 3rd
strikeout for Casey Reed. Twice he's gotten Incaviglia. Herb Brown, Incaviglia didn't like that one, did he?
Boy, it's amazing, Sam. Actually, they're ready to get him out of here. Casey Reed has been struggling, falling behind hitters. Jeff Twitty, the guy who played with Paul, was thinking about pulling him, and he goes out and he gets the #1 home run hitter, maybe of all time.
Billy Smith, the right fielder, steps in and hits it hard to left center, a base hit. Day is around second and holds up. Billy Smith with his 2nd hit of the ball game. Last time up had a sacrifice fly. He's driven in 3 runs in the game. He's had a good one.
Very unusual for Incaviglia to take a pitch. And you see the shadows here in this picture. That is a very critical area for a pitcher. The pitcher, or for the hitter, the pitcher throwing out of the sun. Hitter losing the ball about halfway to the plate, and Incaviglia seeing the ball out of the strike zone. The ball backs up as it comes into the shadows as a strike. Billy Smith saw it very well. Hit a line drive to left center field.
Smith has had a good ball game. 2 on, 1 out. Big man here for Oklahoma State. The hard-hitting Jimmy Berrigan. He's been kept quiet in this ball game. He struck out and grounded to first twice. Good fastball by Casey Reed.
And this shot right here will show how the ball coming from the sunlight to the shade will be difficult to pick up, especially a breaking ball or a good sharp moving fastball, something that moves very late. You want to stay hard with a hard slider or a good hard fastball, something that's going to move.
Day at second, Smith at first with 1 man out. There you see the pitcher in the bright sunshine and the hitter in the dark shadows. We're on the top half of the 6th inning. Oklahoma State leading 8-4, trying to get more. Berrigan missed that changeup. Took a little bit off the fastball that time. One ball, 2 strikes. Casey Reed. Tough spot. Fastball hit hard to left field, a base hit. Day is being waved around third, heading for the plate. Reinhardt couldn't get the ball out of his glove, and Day scores. It's 9-4. Good piece of hitting by Jimmy Berrigan as he goes to left field.
Ball was on the outer part of the plate. Berrigan just trying to make contact here. Found the hole between short and third.
Third baseman, Kevin Fowler.
Reinhardt does a good job of charging this ball. Probably could have had a play at the plate if he handles it cleanly, getting out of the glove.
The automobile.
Mike Day running pretty well. It's going to be a close play. It'd be a difficult play to throw him out, but he certainly had a shot.
June Raines goes out to the mound. He will make a pitching change and bring in Larry Price, a right-hander. This will be the third pitcher for South Carolina in the ball game. Larry Price, a senior from Cherry Hill, New Jersey, will come on to relieve Casey Reed here in the top half of the sixth inning. No, it's not Price, it's Steve Boley. Boley comes on with a score 9-4.
The owner of a white Cadillac convertible. That narrows the field. Nebraska, 2.
Steve Boley, a sophomore from Orlando, Florida, comes into the ball game. And for Boley, a record of 3-1 on the season, his 21st appearance of the year, 19th in relief.
I think the most interesting figure here is the 11 bases on balls and the 60-plus innings work. He came into the ball game the other night with the bases loaded. The idea being he's not necessarily a strikeout pitcher, but he's going to throw the ball over the plate. June Raines has seen enough walks this evening already. Has a pitcher out there, although not overpowering. Good control. Will keep the ball in play.
Boley pitched a third of an inning. Gave up one hit. There you see Casey Reed. He went 4 1/3 innings in relief of the starter. Brian Curry allowed 5 hits. Thus far, 6 runs have been charged to him, 7 walks, struck out 3. He is responsible for the 2 runners on base. 1 man out, and Kevin Fowler, who's had 2 base hits in the game and a walk, steps in. Oklahoma State 9, South Carolina 4. Good fastball from Boley. Boley will challenge the hitters. He's not overpowering, but he will throw strikes. Breaking ball misses outside.
Come on, Kevin!
Oklahoma State got 7 runs in the second inning, 1 more in the top of the 4th to lead 8-0. South Carolina got back with 2 in the 4th, 2 in the 5th. Now it's Oklahoma State trying to widen the lead. They've done so with 1 run, trying to get more. 9-4. '19-year-old Steve Boley brings the 2-1 pitch. Hit hard, right at the second baseman poke. Throw to first is wild, and goes into the dugout. And hops up over the dugout into the stands, and that will allow a run to score. 2 bases on the wild throw, so the error by Boley gives Oklahoma State another run as you see Billy Smith come in. Berrigan goes to third. Good play by Riley Polk on the line drive, making the stab, but then a wild throw as Dayton was rushing to cover first. He threw it behind him.
South Carolina really got a break in that a line drive was hit directly at an infielder. The runner's frozen a little bit. A very risky play, a difficult play. The first baseman actually running away from the play. Runner coming back in. That's a difficult play to make, and it cost South Carolina right there.
Polk trying or wanting to make that double play, hoping to make it quickly. Got rid of the ball too quick.
The problem is that Joe Dayton was playing way back. If he'd have been playing closer to the base runner, it would have been an easier play for both the second baseman and for Dayton.
2 runs in here in the top of the 6th for Oklahoma State. They lead 10-4. They have reached their average of runs per game on the season. Now the question is holding them down. 1-1 to Diaz. Breaking ball in the dirt outside. 3 errors in the game for South Carolina. They played a flawless game against Arkansas. in the series opener, losing 1-0 in 14 innings. Fastball ripped up the middle by Diaz. Berrigan scores, and Oklahoma State leads 11-4. Carlos Diaz, he hit that one hard.
Sergio Espinal.
Earlier had a double off the wall. He hits him hard. Line drive hitter.
He's a whole lot like the rest of the Oklahoma State hitters. Here on the replay, we're going to see a fastball over the plate. Carlos Diaz sticks it right back up the middle.
All right, now I know you didn't hit all that much, but as a hitter, what do you have to do to fight off that ball coming from the sun into the shadows?
Just hopefully you pick up the ball coming out of the pitcher's hand, see it coming in, do the best you can with a bad situation. It's a difficult situation. It's not anything that you train for, hitting out of the shadows. You just do the best that you can with the conditions you have to work with.
It's obviously some guys can do it. You saw Diaz just rip that shot. Sergio Espinal, the second baseman, is up. Herb Brown, Oklahoma State starting to pull back into the big lead.
Yeah, they really are. Paul, I want to talk to you a little bit about the curveball. Most college coaches have gone to the slider because they feel that the umpire does not call a curveball. You get a different look in the big leagues because they umpire every day.
That's a big part of it, Irv. I also think that more pitchers are going to the slider because it's easier to control. The good, sharp breaking curveball is usually down out of the strike zone. The one that is a strike has a tendency to roll a little bit, doesn't break as sharp as the slider. Slider's easier to throw, easier to control.
Espinal takes a strike. It's 3-1. Fastball on the ground to third. Hollins goes to poke at second. The side's retired, but Oklahoma State comes back after their lead was cut to 4. They add 3 runs. End of 5.5. Oklahoma State 11, South Carolina 4.
As we move to the bottom of the 6th. Upcoming Stanford, Arizona.
In the 1984 College World Series, John Fishel was a big man for Cal State Fullerton. Right field, back to the wall. That one's gone. Fishel got it up and got it out. Fishel was just great in that College World Series, batting .520 with 2 home runs and 10 RBIs. He was the College World Series MVP. Freshman Dave Hollins stands in for South Carolina to start the bottom half of the 6th inning. Hollins had a sacrifice fly his last time up. Marv Rockman, the right-hander, misses. Hollins struck out in a big situation early in the ball game with the bases loaded and 1 man out. Hollins splits third base time with Lewis Jenkins. Jenkins will usually play against left-handers. Hollins, though a switch hitter, will play against the right-handers. Count is 2-1. We're in the bottom half of the 6th inning. A long way to come back for the Gamecocks of South Carolina, champions of the East region. One's out of the ballpark. South Carolina beat St. John's, beat LaSalle twice in the East Regional. Also beat Western Carolina. Scored a lot of runs in that regional. 45 in the 4 games, but they've had problems scoring in the World Series. Gotten a little life with 4 runs here. On the ground to first, Berrigan. Nice stab. Jimmy Berrigan.
Batters, number 8.
San Diego in his first year at Oklahoma State.
good look here at Marv Rockman, a sidearmer, gets good movement on his fastball. Watch how his left shoulder and head dip down to get downside right there, dipping down, not staying on top of the ball. He's a sidearmer, wants to throw on the side to try to get some sinking movement on it.
Here's Riley Pope, the second baseman, number 9 in the order. Good pitch. Rockman's got to be especially tough on right-handed batters, but it's interesting that he still dips down, throws that sidearm motion to the left-handers.
Well, that's where he gets the movement on the ball, throwing that ball from the side.
Breaking pitch bounced to short. Whistler, the Berrigan.
Good job, Wheels.
The steady man, the senior, Randy Whistler. He has done the job both at second and at short at Oklahoma State.
The shortstop.
2 men out, and here's Whistler's counterpart, the shortstop, Jeff Barnes.
Marv Rockman has faced 5 batters since he came into the ball game, has gotten 4 ground balls, the other ball being the fly ball to center field. You hear coaches say to the guys that are throwing overhand or 3/4, you need to stay on top of the ball. The side armor does not want to be on top of the ball.
Right now, Rockman is throwing well. Barnes came into the World Series hitting .356, is 1 for 8. And that's been a factor in South Carolina struggling to score runs. On the ground foul. Rockman getting out on top. Going to make Coach Gary Ward feel well. Tom Holliday, no, it's Carlos Diaz charting the pitches.
Doing the book work.
Two strikes to Barnes. Waste pitch. Don't forget, Arizona and Stanford coming up live tonight right here on ESPN. After this game, we'll go back to Sports Center, get you up to date on everything happening in sports today, and then back out here to Rosenblatt Stadium. He got him. One around on a tough breaking pitch. Good inning for Marv Rockman. 1, 2, 3 in the bottom of the 6th. At the end of 6, Oklahoma State with a big lead, leading South Carolina 11-4. Marv Rockman, a key man for Oklahoma State right now. If you want to get the inside scoop on what's happening in baseball, check out Inside Baseball right here every Monday on ESPN, 7:30 Eastern Time. George Grant and Lou Palmer get you up to date on what's going on in baseball. Inside Baseball on ESPN. We're inside Rosenblatt Stadium for the College World Series. Fans having a good time as we go to the top half of the 7th inning. And the Oklahoma State fans up for the 7th inning stretch. South Carolina brings in a new battery as the photographers try to get the good shots. That is Larry Price, senior right-hander, on into the game for South Carolina. Price, a record of 3-6 this season, 6.93 earned run average. He's a senior from Cherry Hill, New Jersey, facing the top of the order for Oklahoma State, Doug DeCenzo. New catcher in the ball game as well for South Carolina, Jeff Churchich, replacing Scott Lambert.
And Churchich was the starter in Game 1 of the College World Series for South Carolina.
Price gets that pitch over. Count 1-1. Top half of the 7th inning. Oklahoma State leading South Carolina 11-4. 11 runs, 8 hits, no errors for Oklahoma State. And that's a big plus for the Cowboys. They made some errors in that game against Mississippi State. 4 runs, 4 hits, 3 errors for South Carolina.
Larry Price, a tall right-hander, will show you a good fastball. He has been erratic throughout his collegiate career. Good competitor.
4th pitcher in the game for South Carolina. Curry started, went to the 2nd inning. Reed came on, and then Boley last inning. DeCenzo has had a single and 2 walks. 1 for 2 officially in the ball game. It's another walk. I believe that is 12 walks now issued in the ball game by South Carolina.
Walk number 12 on the day. When you play a good hitting ball club, you cannot give away that much.
Churchich returns from the visit. There's Randy Whistler stepping in. Whistler's 0 for 3 with a walk. Got the outside corner with a fastball. Big hitters today for Oklahoma State. Billy Smith has had a couple of singles and a sacrifice fly. Driven in 3 runs. Berrigan had a clutch single. Fowler's had 2 hits. Diaz has had 2 hits. Bottom of the order doing it for Oklahoma State. Runner goes. Throw by Churchich, nowhere in time. And another stolen base for DeCenzo. His 3rd in the game today. Give him 67 on the season.
DeCenzo.
And nothing June Raines can do about that. Churchich does not have a strong arm behind the plate. And DeCenzo just has great speed.
Well, there's not a lot that Churchich is going to be able to do about this anyhow. It's a pretty high leg kick for a pitcher, and it's just giving a base runner a couple extra steps. And Churchich with just an average arm anyhow, it would take a cannon to throw out a quick runner.
Whistler does the job of moving the runner over. Dayton crossing to Price. 1 man out. That's what you want that batter to do with a runner at second, nobody out. Get that runner over to 3rd, and Whistler did it perfectly.
Well, Gary Ward has tremendous players at Oklahoma State, but they're also fundamentally sound. They know how to play the game. He teaches the game very well. Hitters go to the plate with an idea of what they want to do, and they know how to execute.
Infield in for South Carolina with 1 man out, and Mike Day, who has spent the time walking to first base today. 4 times, 100 walks this season. He just won't throw many strikes. Mike says, okay, if you don't want to throw me strikes, I'll just set the table.
A little bit unusual. Day getting the walks ahead of Incaviglia, who's the guy that you're trying to pitch around.
But that's a credit to Day. Patience as a hitter, great eye. Irv Brown?
Paul, doesn't Day remind you of your old teammate, Darrell Porter? I recruited him out of high school, couldn't get him for the University of Colorado, but he's got some of the characteristics from the left side, and he looks like him a little, doesn't he?
Well, he's got the glasses, and he's left-handed. Darrell, I think, was more aggressive swinging the bat, at least what we've seen today.
Look at Day check his swing, and it's 3-0. One just has tired arms and doesn't want to swing the bat.
The one thing they did have in common was that they both had excellent eyes, and Darrell did get a number of walks and could drive the ball much the same as Day. I guess Irv's right.
Day's a good line drive hitter. Walks on 4 pitches. 5 walks from Mike Day in the ball game. Runners at 1st and 3rd with 1 man out, and here comes Incaviglia. And is he chomping at the bit? He's the only Oklahoma State player not to reach base in the ball game.
And you may be the first broadcaster to ever have the opportunity to say that.
We'll see. June Raines, it's not been a happy time. Johnny Hunton, his assistant coach, and the senior right-hander Larry Price. Casey Reed handled Incaviglia very well. Struck him out twice and got him on a slow roller to second. Brian Curry also got Incaviglia on a pop-up. Ooh, he chased that one. A little over anxious at the plate. Runners at 1st and 3rd for Oklahoma State. DeCenzo with good speed at 3rd. Day runs well at 1st. And that one ripped down into the left field corner. It hooks foul. Incaviglia, who hits him hard, goes back for one more try.
Don't know that Larry Price took anything off of that pitch. It was a fastball up in the strike zone. Incaviglia out in front, just a touch.
Count is 0-2, 1 man out. Runners at 1st and 3rd. South Carolina will play for the double play on the left side of the infielder, deep. Hollins way back at 3rd. The second baseman Polk is pulled way around, almost behind second base. That one bounced in the dirt. Good block by Churchich. keep it out front as DeCenzo was ready to sprint for the plate. Good play by Churchich.
Big play by Churchich with the runner on third base. Both these base runners have gotten on by walks. South Carolina giving away a lot, but not giving on that play.
Well, the big guy wants to hit one. And he did. Forget it. Goodbye. That's a 3-run homer for Pete Incaviglia. Number 48 on the season for college baseball's all-time leading home run hitter. And the wind never had a chance. That was gone.
The wind that holds that ball in the ballpark is going to be a real storm. Fans enjoyed seeing that. They all came to the ballpark to watch Incaviglia hit today. That pitch, a fastball right down the middle. He got all of it.
And it looks like he'll get a chance to do some more. Look at this again.
Fastball, belt high, out over the plate. Great hitter's pitch.
And he watched it. Billy Smith bounces it into left field, a base hit. Third hit of the game for Billy Smith. He's had a good game. A walk and a sacrifice fly as well.
13 walks in the ball game. 7 of those walks have scored.
What a killer that is. June Raines will bring in a new pitcher. Larry Price has had enough. As far as the head coach of South Carolina is concerned, looks like the left-hander Sawyer will come into the ball game. That is Clint Sawyer, a freshman. Larry Price, the senior, did not have a good outing as Oklahoma State rips him for 3 runs. Still only 1 man out. Price leaves. Sawyer comes in. And Pete Incaviglia, who was kept down 4 times, explodes a 3-run homer as Oklahoma State has jumped into a 14-4 lead as we play the top half of the 7th inning. We'll be right back.
Now pitching for South Carolina.
Freshman Clint Sawyer, a left-hander, comes on to make his 22nd appearance of the season, his 19th relief appearance. Earned run average 4.75, 3-1 record on the year. Just a little guy. Stands 5'11". Well, that's not so little, but thin. Goes about 140, 145 pounds. 19-year-old freshman from Georgetown, South Carolina. Big Pete did it again. That's what they came to see. 48 home runs, 143 RBIs. What a year for Pete Incaviglia, who has rewritten the power records in college baseball this year.
We led with him at the start of the game. He said he wanted to go out with a bang. They're not going to go out today. He's going to get another shot, but he did make a bang.
I say so. Unless South Carolina makes a miracle comeback, Oklahoma State will be moving on. The winner of this game will play Wednesday night against the loser of Tuesday night's game between Texas and Miami. Jimmy Berrigan, he had a big base hit last time up in the 6th inning. A 1-2 pitch, he bounced into left field, an RBI single. Curveball hangs up there. Herb Brown?
Interesting thought as you were talking about what could happen Wednesday night. If this score does hold up, Oklahoma State would play the loser of Miami, Texas. That's a great matchup, but 24 hours rest.
Stolen base for Billy Smith. Head first slide, the ball slipping away from the shortstop Jeff Barnes. And Oklahoma State still going for more.
Smith's 20th steal of the year.
I don't think you can blame them because, let's face it, they don't have the great pitching staff. They need the runs, and Gary Ward wants more. Three and one on Berrigan with 1 man out. Got the outside corner.
Clint Sawyer, the young freshman, excellent curveball pitcher. His fastball is average, pretty straight. He'll need to throw that curveball for strikes. He's going out in summer ball. He's talking to a couple of college leagues and has been promised that he would be a starting pitcher in the summer. South Carolina coaches feel that that's what he needs is the work.
Looks like a pretty good breaking pitch, but it's ball 4. Sawyer wanted it. That is Doug DeCenzo. He's pitched some this season. He may get a chance to pitch in this ball game. A little warming up. Remember last year, Texas with Steve LeBay, they used their center fielder in relief. Mississippi State uses their right fielder, Bobby Thigpen, in relief. So DeCenzo may see a little relief action. 2 on, 1 out. Sawyer gets a strike to Kevin Fowler. Saw that little info moments ago. Every player for Oklahoma State has been on base and has scored in this ball game. Up and down the lineup, they hit. They can produce. Here's Fowler, who's 2 for 3 in the ball game. On the ground slowly to third. Hollins makes the play at third. And double play. Nice scoop by Dayton at first. Good play by Hollins and Dayton for the double play. But Oklahoma State comes through with 3 runs on the 3-run homer by Pete Incaviglia. And at the end of 6.5 here in Omaha, Nebraska, Oklahoma State leads by 10, 14-4.
South Carolina, double play was the 12th that's been turned in to College World Series.
Coming up next on ESPN, we'll take you to Sports Center for an update on everything that's happening. Gail Gardner and Chris Berman standing by. They'll give you the full information on today's NBA playoff game. The Lakers going up on the Celtics 2-1 in the NBA Championship Series. Then immediately following Sports Center, back here to Rosenblatt Stadium, where Stanford takes on Arizona in Game 6 of the College World Series. Gary Ward. You see, he's got to be happy with the production of his team. Every batter reaching base and scoring. Every batter, with the exception of Pete Incaviglia, has walked in this game. And certainly that's a big criticism of the South Carolina pitching staff. That's their big weakness in this ball game.
Certainly a different ball game than we saw South Carolina the first time around, the 14-inning 1-0 ball game. That's what pitching will do for you. Keep you in a ball game with very little or no scoring. Mike Cook, an excellent pitcher.
He was something. First-team All-America. Gary Ward in his 8th year at Oklahoma State, and 5 consecutive years he's brought his Cowboys here to Omaha in the College World Series. What a program he has at Stillwater, Oklahoma.
And the walks have been the difference in this ball game. Of the 13 walks, 7 have scored. You take those 7 runs off the scoreboard, a 7-4 ball game, still a contest.
It makes a big difference. Rob Reinhardt gets a walk to lead off the bottom half of the 7th inning. South Carolina with just 4 hits in the ball game. They too have gotten several walks from starter Chris Bailey.
Oh boy.
And from reliever Marv Rockman. Joe Dayton, number 3 man. He has not displayed the power that we heard about. He came into the World Series with 23 home runs and 87 RBIs. 0 for 1 in the ball game thus far with 2 walks. Count as 1-1. This is outside. Pinch hitter waiting on deck for South Carolina, Jeff Morris, will be hitting for Keith Killian. Fastball rides inside. It's 3-1.
Joe Dayton's already received a couple walks today. Good knowledge of the strike zone, a lot of discipline. He's a good hitter, although hasn't had a big series.
Dayton foul tips it. It's full at 3-2. We're in the bottom half of the 7th inning. John Sanders and Jim Price standing by to bring you game 2 of our doubleheader today. Game 6 of the College World Series. Stanford and Arizona. Stanford, fine team, got rocked by Miami yesterday. Arizona had a real tough ball game with Texas, losing 2-1 last night on the ground foul. Good crowd in a nearly packed Rosenblatt Stadium for this 3rd day of competition. Tomorrow night, Mississippi State and Arkansas. And one hit foul outside of 3rd in a winner's bracket game. Arkansas winning over South Carolina. Mississippi State beating Oklahoma State. Good coach June Raines been frustrating thus far in his 4th visit to Omaha. South Carolina has been here a total of 5 times. Bobby Richardson brought them here in 1975. They finished 2nd. June Raines has had a 2nd place finish as well.
South Carolina really needed to win that first ball game. Got put in a deep hole, throwing their ace Cook and not coming out with a win.
Yeah. Low to Dayton, and he works the walk. 3rd walk that Dayton has gotten in the ball game. So South Carolina, a long way to come back, but trying to do it here with 2 men on, nobody out. And Jeff Morris, a junior, will pinch hit for Keith Killian.
Please, for 31, Jeff Morris.
Killian had flied out twice, hitting the ball well and walked. Morris comes in, originally penciled in as the starting right fielder in the ball game today. I'm talking about starting Killian as the DH and Morris as the right fielder. It's a strike.
Jeff Morris, a very good defensive outfielder, had 9 home runs early in the season. Hurt a tendon in his left wrist. Is just coming back from that injury, although he's healthy now.
Mackey, who missed some time, got hurt. Morris was in the lineup. Killian got in and played well, and Morris got hurt and lost his starting job. Rockman getting ahead of Morris at 0-2. Fouls it back.
June Raines doing a good job of getting his players in the College World Series. They've all worked hard all season long, and he felt that that was one of the things he owed to his players, to make sure they at least make an appearance. Naturally, he would have liked to have done it over a 4 or 5 game schedule.
Just a beautiful day here in Omaha, Nebraska. Temperature in the high 60s. Beautiful sunshine. Not a cloud in the sky. It's been wonderful. Or as Jim Price would say, it's been marvelous. Inside.
Came up with one last night. It was romantic.
That's when he saw the moon.
Oh, that's right.
That always gets to Price. 1-2 to Morris. Got him. Good pitch by Rockman.
He gets that ball down the strike zone. He gets excellent movement on it. Very difficult to handle.
2nd strikeout for Marv Rockman. Tom Holliday, the pitching coach, takes a walk out to the mound to check in with Rockman to see if perhaps he's a little tired or just how he wants to pitch to the upcoming hitters. We've got some warm-up action in the bullpen.
Attention, please.
Ron Jackson is warming up in the bullpen. Ron Johnson, excuse me. There he is, number 8. And Tom Holliday with a long discussion with Marv Rockman. Umpire Dan Peterson has come out. Looks like Rockman will stay.
A little bit unusual. Usually the coach visits you after the walks, which Rockman led off the 7th inning with 2 of them. Nobody visited him. You strike the man out, they come out to talk to you.
Tom Holliday, I tell you, it's been a tough year for him. He's worn out a lot of shoes on those walks to the mound.
17, center fielder Scott Mackey.
Oklahoma State had a real good pitching staff last couple of years, but their top guys got drafted. Canwisher, Livingston.
I believe they had an ineligibility,
right,
and the bunch expected back.
Lost one man with an arm injury. Scott Mackey, the center fielder, takes a strike. Oklahoma State leading 14-4. We're in the bottom half of the 7th inning. The winner plays again Wednesday night against the loser of Tuesday night's game between Miami and Texas. The loser of this game heads home. It's a little bit low.
How awesome would the Cowboys be with solid frontline pitching?
Wow.
Not sure I'd want to make the trip to Omaha. I had to play them.
And the only thing lacking on an otherwise outstanding team. But they overpower you. They know how to score runs. And you can see that up and down the lineup. Early in the ball game, when they weren't getting the production up top, the guys in the lower part of the lineup were doing it. Fowler, Diaz, Smith, the number 5 man, having a good day, and then suddenly Incaviglia wakes up and blasts a 3-run homer. Hit in the hole. Espinal can't get there. Around third and coming to the plate, and he is out. They cut him down. Reinhardt is cut down by Billy Smith. June Raines questions the call of umpire Dan Peterson. Reinhardt is thrown out at the plate.
This ball, a ground ball single to right field. We've mentioned many times this heavy grass here in Omaha. Billy Smith charging the ball very hard. Makes a good strong throw to home plate.
Quick tag by Day. Good play by Day. Here it is again. Yes.
The key to the play is the fact that it's a good low throw. They get a low skip off the grass. Catcher catches the ball really in a good tagging position. He did have a quick tag, good quick glove. But the ball stayed down on the bounce.
June Raines felt that Reinhardt got that hand in on the head first slide. Here's Eddie Lendensky, the designated hitter. 1 for 1 thus far in the ball game. He's had a sacrifice fly and a walk. So, I don't know, do you gamble on something like that even you know it's going to be a close play? Should he have held the man at third?
Well, it's not fair to comment right now because it's second guessing. You say no because he got thrown out.
Right.
With that ball being on the ground most of the way out there, you figure it to die in the grass. Billy Smith made a nice play to charge the ball as he did and make the strong throw to the plate. Took a perfect throw.
Took a great play to get
him.
Yes, it did. Okay.
And now that you look back, you say, oh, that's a bad gamble. Your man got thrown out. But at the time when third base coach has to make the decision once,
looks like
probably seemed like a reasonable gamble.
And Reinhardt is a guy who runs well. 2 men out. Count is 3-0 on Lendensky. He lost him. Bases are loaded.
Now it really looks like a bad decision.
Yeah, you hope for that big inning to get back in the ball game. 22. Jeff Churchich will come up for the first time in the game. Rockman will stay to face him. There you see. June Raines still getting on the umpire, saying he was safe by that much. Churchich. Lambert started the game. Inside. Bases loaded, 2 men out for South Carolina. Bottom half of the 7th inning. Oklahoma State leading South Carolina 14-4. On the ground, in the hole, another base hit to right field. 1 man is in, and they'll hold Mackey at third. Bases remain loaded as Churchich delivers an RBI single. There's Mackey at third.
And Jeff Churchich getting his first base hit of the World Series. He was a starter in Game 1 for South Carolina. Getting the ball down in the strike zone, hitting the ball on the ground, finding a hole on the right side. Billy Smith was playing a very shallow right field.
And part of the reason that Mackey was held, Mackey also runs well. Bases are loaded, 2 men out. And here's a big man, Dave Hollins. He's got some power, and they could use it right here. It's 14-5. Got the outside corner. Good movement on that pitch by Rockman. Hollins has had a sacrifice fly and 3 trips to the plate. Count is 0-2. 6 hits in the game for South Carolina. They got 6 in 14 innings in Game 1 of the World Series. Hollins struck out with the bases loaded in the 2nd inning. Sacrifice fly to drive in a run in the 4th. South Carolina's gotten 9 walks in this game. A lot of walks on both sides. 14-5, Oklahoma State leading it. Marv Rockman in relief of Chris Bailey. And the freshman Dave Hollins. Fouled off and out of the ballpark. Count stays 0-2. Mackey, the runner at 3rd. Lendensky, the man at 2nd. And Churchich at 1st. Two pitch. Wasted it outside. Outfield shading Hollins a little towards left center. Rockman's thrown a lot of pitches in his brief relief stint.
And he might be looking at his last man if he doesn't retire him.
That one hangs outside. 2-2. Gary Ward, it isn't easy, even with a big lead.
Rockman having gone 2 2/3 innings to this point. Thrown a number of pitches, as you had mentioned. Another relief pitcher where Oklahoma State trying to piece these guys together to find 9 innings total.
That's right. The pitching puzzle. Tough for both these teams. June Raines. Pitchers have not been able to keep Oklahoma State quiet. 2-2 to Hollins. Up the middle, and it may get through. It does. 2 runs will score on the ground ball single by Dave Hollins. It's 14-7. Mackey and Lendensky come in. Boy, that play at the plate is now really looms bigger and bigger.
It's hard to imagine that this ball game would come down to 1 run. You never know. The key to this base hit, a bouncing ball straight up over the mound. Second baseman Sergio Espinal playing way over in the hole at first base. Seeing coming way from the right, still not even in the screen. If he'd have played normal second base position, would have at least caught the ball. Maybe he had to play at first base. It would have been a difficult one, but he never got anywhere near the ball because they were playing the hitter as a pull hitter.
Or at least if he catches the ball, only 1 run scores. Riley Polk, the number 9 man in the order, steps in. Runners at 1st and 2nd, 2 men out. South Carolina with 3 runs in. It's 14-7. On the ground, foul outside of 3rd. Riley Polk has not come through at all in this ball game. You look at Rafael Palmeiro of Mississippi State. Had himself a home run in the victory over Oklahoma State on Friday night. Hit hard, base hit left field. Around 3rd is Churchich. He's being held up. Incaviglia got to the ball quickly. He doesn't have a great arm, but he made a good play getting to the ball quickly.
That ball was hit very sharply and actually shot by the 3rd baseman, Kevin Fowler, who was not playing in. He was playing halfway. Ball got to Incaviglia very quickly. South Carolina getting 1 man thrown out at the plate already this inning. Not going to let it happen twice.
Now here's an interesting move by Coach June Raines. Lewis Jenkins will pinch hit. And you see Raines still talking about that play at the plate. He was safe by this much, he's telling Jeff Churchich. Lewis Jenkins will pinch hit for Jeff Barnes. Barnes, who came into the series batting .356, is 0 for 4 in the ball game and 1 for 10 in the series. Now Tom Holliday is out to the mound. That'll be all for Marv Rockman. Ron Johnson will come in. with the bases loaded and 2 men out. South Carolina trying to climb back into it. Brockman talking things over. Tom Holliday going for a new man. There's the head coach of Mississippi State, Ron Polk. Nice to relax.
The Bulldogs
when you're in the winners bracket.
Bulldogs are having a nice relaxing afternoon at the ballpark, watching these two clubs just slug away at each other.
That's right. Ron Johnson out of the bullpen for Gary Ward. Boy, is he feeling the pressure, as his pitchers just can't seem to do the job. Rockman leaves. Johnson is a freshman from Grand Junction, Colorado. 20 years old. He's 6'2", 180 pounds. And for Ron Johnson, this is his 15th appearance of the year, 11th in relief. He's pitched 33 and 2/3 innings. Record of 3-0, 4.81 earned run average. Oklahoma State pitchers have allowed better than 5.5 runs per ball game. Oklahoma State scores better than 10.5 runs. In this game, they lead 14-7. And they have needed all those runs that we have talked about. And DeCenzo out in center field is loosening up, throwing to Incaviglia. DeCenzo, who has pitched in relief a few times, there he is. He's got a baseball and he's throwing to Incaviglia out in the outfield. DeCenzo has made 7 appearances this season, only pitched a little over 6 innings. But if they need, he might be in there for an inning. He's loosening up the arm.
South Carolina would probably love to get him out of center field. He covers a lot of ground out there. There's no way he can get that kind of jump off the mound. Let's get him out of center field, hurt the defense at least.
Batting for Barnes.
Lewis Jenkins pinch hitting for Jeff Barnes. Jenkins comes in hitting .288. He's got 12 home runs. Barnes, despite being a left-handed batter, is being pinch hit for. He's been struggling at the plate. Bases loaded, 2 outs. The freshman Ron Johnson pitches way high. Boy, if Jenkins could hit the long ball here, could make things mighty interesting. Bottom half of the 7th inning.
I think Jenkins will wait for Johnson to throw a strike. 24 walks in 33 and 2/3 innings.
And 2 balls thus far. A big play in this inning. Rob Reinhart thrown out at the plate by right fielder Billy Smith in a close play for the 2nd out of the inning. Otherwise, South Carolina would have some more. There are 2 men out, 3 runs in, and the bases loaded for South Carolina. This is the 9th man in the inning to bat. Fastball on the outside corner. Later tonight, Game 6 of the College World Series in the 2nd elimination game of the tournament when Stanford meets Arizona. John Sanders and Jim Price will bring it to you live from Rosenblatt Stadium immediately following SportsCenter. 3-1. If you hear the phone ring up here in the booth, it'll be Gary Ward calling Paul Splittorff for immediate recruit. Paul, can you pitch an inning? Ball 4. Run is forced in. It's 14-8.
Gary Ward just trying to figure a way to get 1 more out in this inning. Bases still loaded. Anything could happen in this inning. Just trying to find somebody to plug the hole, and here he comes from center field.
DeCenzo. DeCenzo's coming in from center field. So Johnson works to 1 batter, and DeCenzo comes in. Gary Ward not taking any chances. Did not like the way Johnson pitched to that batter. And out he comes, and in comes the little guy, Doug DeCenzo, making his 8th pitching appearance of the season. has a record of 1-0. He's pitched only 6 1/3 innings, allowed 8 hits and 5 runs. Chris Deaton has gone to right field as DeCenzo comes in to pitch. Smith has moved from right to center, and Chris Deaton has gone to right field. DeCenzo comes in to pitch.
Attention, please. For Oklahoma State, number 12, Billy Smith.
Gary Ward not happy over Ron Johnson.
DeCenzo.
Ron Johnson pitched to one batter and walked him.
Number 28.
The freshman.
Chris Deaton. Now playing right field.
And nervous Gary Ward. He had a 10-run lead coming into the bottom half of the 7th. It's now 6. The bases are loaded. A big defensive play with Billy Smith throwing out Rob Reinhardt at the plate. A big play in this inning. South Carolina has scored 4. And DeCenzo is ready. Rob Reinhardt, a left-handed batter, will stand in. June Raines still anguishing over that call at the plate. Reminding his runners 2 men out.
Number 9, Rob Reinhardt.
Reinhardt led off this inning with a walk.
And you see Doug DeCenzo, the pitcher here, came to the ballpark to play center field, does not have a toe plate on that left toe. If he was a pitcher and a regularly used pitcher, he would have one.
Or he'd have a shoe in the dugout with a plate. Reinhardt takes low ball 1. Reinhardt had a base hit in the 5th inning. His first hit in the World Series. He came into the series the leading hitter on this team, hitting at .387 coming into today's game. Inside. Count is 2-0. And more action in the bullpen for Oklahoma State as DeCenzo tries to stop the rally. Missed ball 3. Jeff Bronke warming up. Anybody and everybody to be used for Oklahoma State in this game to try and keep them alive. Ball 4. Reinhardt walks. Another run is forced in. It's 14-9. And watch out now. Joe Dayton, the power man of South Carolina, is up with the bases loaded, 2 men out.
5th walk in the inning. Gary Ward has got to be going nuts.
There's just nothing you can do. That's just a free ticket to trouble.
And for each run that scores, the runner being thrown out at home plate looks bigger and bigger.
Wow. And June Raines will be forever saying he was safe by that much. Dayton has yet to explode the power. He's got 23 homers. Strike 1 from DeCenzo. Bases loaded for South Carolina with 2 men out. Oklahoma State's lead cut from 10 to 5. Inside. Dayton has walked 3 times in the game. He walked in this inning. He is the 11th man to bat in the inning for South Carolina. Looked like a slider from DeCenzo. One ball, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. 23 walks in this game total. Part of both teams. 1-2 to Dayton. Just missed. Little up high. Outfield playing Dayton around towards left. DeCenzo Out from center field into the mound. Hit hard but foul.
Senzo showing a little bit of a breaking ball there. A quick little slider. Pretty good fastball. It's straight. Seems to have reasonable velocity on it. You would expect that a center fielder is going to need a good arm. Fastball slider.
Joe Dayton. Oh, big man for South Carolina here. Down low. Count is full. And it'll be off to the races on the base paths for the runners.
And Doug DeCenso has been working out of a windup on every pitch so far. Let's see if he goes to the stretch with 3-2, 2 out. If he doesn't, runners will get a big jump. Single would easily score 2. Any kind of in-between hit could score 3. Now he's stepping off the rubber. Let's see if he changes.
No, it looks like he's going wind-up all the way.
If there's a trick play, might be a good time to pull it.
DeCenso will go from the windup. The runners are off. 3-2 pitch. He walked him. 3 straight walks for runs. It's 14-10. Johnson walked in a run, and now DeCenso has walked in 2, and Tom Holliday takes another walk out to the mound. Bronke is up in the bullpen, and it looks like Bronke has gotten the call. So DeCenso came on, walked 2. 26 walks in the ball game now, and that is an NCAA record. 26 walks in this game on the part of both teams. Here comes Bronke out of the bullpen. Well, DeCenso got ahead of the hitter 1-2 and wound up walking Joe Dayton on this 3-2 pitch.
Fastball down in the dirt. Ball 4, another walk. An anxious manager.
Bound to center field.
A 10-run lead coming into the bottom half of the 7th inning has been cut to 4. And Jeff Bronke comes in. Irv Brown, that must be murder for a coach watching those guys go around the bases.
Hey, how about the guy behind the dish, Sam? You think he hadn't worked? Mark Day looks like Pigpen right now. That uniform, he's sweating, he's grinding. It has really been a long, long day for him. This is unbelievable down here at ground level. And there he is. He's looking a little tired, isn't he, Paul?
Well, Irv, you're right, absolutely right. We're talking about all the walks and everything. He's had to move around a lot. These balls are not necessarily anywhere near the strike zone. They're bouncing the breaking ball. They're throwing the ball clear out of the strike zone, 1.5 feet, 2 feet. He'll go home tired this evening.
DeCenso has returned to center field. Smith has gone back to right field, and Deaton, who had come into the ball game, has left. He played right field for 2 batters. Now the question also will be as to where, well, the pitcher will probably bat in the designated hitter spot right now. They're checking the lineups right now as June Raines, who got into that DH controversy the other day, and a rule that will be looked at by the NCAA Rules Committee when he pinch hit his pitcher for a catcher. Right now there's a question who will be hitting where, and it will be the pitcher. When DeCenso came in, that took out the designated hitter spot, and now Bronke will hit in the DH spot for Diaz. South Carolina has scored 6 runs here in the bottom half of the 7th inning. Oklahoma State still leading 14-10. Jeff Morris, who pinch hit for Keith Killian in this inning and struck out, steps up and takes a ball from Bronke. Bronke is making his 27th appearance of the year, 26th in relief. He has an 8-1 record, 4.23 earned run average. At the inside corner.
57 strikeouts in 61 innings. Oklahoma State would certainly like to see one of those right now, but before the strikeout, they need to see some strikes.
Inside, 2-1. That plate keeps moving around on the Oklahoma State pitchers.
Just recently on the Oklahoma State pitchers. It's been moving around all day long for both clubs.
Jenkins the runner at third. That one is sliced foul. Jenkins at third, Reinhardt at second, Dayton at first, 2 men out. And don't forget that play at the plate. What a big one it was. Billy Smith throwing out Rob Reinhardt for the second out of the inning. Stays alive. June Raines, his team has gotten back in it. 4 runs down, still have more than 2 innings to go. And a base hit here. Oh my. Both teams came into this game with weak pitching, and Bronke comes up strong as he strikes out Jeff Morris. Morris strikes out second time of the inning. Gary Ward tips his cap to Jeff Bronke and says, "Thank you for getting me out of the inning." South Carolina scoring 6 runs. We've got a ball game. It's 14-10 at the end of 7. But a big play at the plate helped Oklahoma State in that inning. Sam Rosen and Paul Splittorff live at Rosenblatt Stadium in Omaha, Nebraska. It looked like a blowout for a while, and now South Carolina is back in it. Yeah, they're having a good time with the Maniac.
Sam, a little bit hard to believe that this is a ball game again. In fact, South Carolina probably should have never been out of the ball game early because of the walks. Oklahoma State returns the favor later on in the ball game. Last inning, 6-run score on 4 singles
and 6 walks. Oh, what a killer! Bronke, the pitcher, will bat. The designated hitter spot was due. Diaz had a good game at the bat, but because Gary Ward tried to find a pitcher to shut the door, he brought in the send zone. That eliminated his designated hitter. Bronke takes a ball. Left-hander Sawyer, Clint Sawyer on the mound, and his job is to keep South Carolina right there. They have come back, trailed 8-0, 14-4, and now it's 14-10. Three and 0 to Bronke. Freshman Clint Sawyer. A strike. We're in the top half of the 8th inning. Oklahoma State leading 14-10. Got the inside corner. Bronke trying to work his way on.
He's getting to the point where the home plate umpire wants to call strikes if the pitchers will just give him the opportunity.
He has called a lot of balls in this game. A lot of walks. A record for walks in the ball game. Well, we said from the outset, these teams did not have depth in pitching, and it has proven true. 24 runs in the ball game, and never enough. High fastball hit to third. Hollins has trouble with it, lost the play. Took a big hop. And Bronke is aboard.
Maybe we'll be able to see what happens on this ball. Sharply hit, 2-hopper down at third. Caught in between hops, not able to come in and short hop it or go back at the long hop. once it takes that high bounce in the glove, never really had control of it, tried to hurry with the bare hand grab, never found the handle. Did a good thing by not throwing it away at first base, just hold on to it.
Let's see how Gary Ward plays this now with Sergio Espinal at bat. South Carolina defense looking for the bunt. Espinal had a good bunt earlier in the ball game. They done a fine sacrifice bunt. He's swinging away on the ground. Pass Collins, base hit. Runners at first and second. Nobody out for Oklahoma State. Ronke got aboard on an error, the fourth South Carolina error. And Espinal hitting one by Hollins, who was in on the grass looking for the bunt.
I think that was the key to the base hit, the fact that South Carolina was looking for the bunt. That ball hit sharply, but when you're playing in it tight at the corners, it takes probably 2 steps away from your range. And that ball will not hit far to the side of Dave Hollins. He's not able to do much about it because he's in shallow.
That was an interesting way to watch the ball game. Guess they couldn't get seats in the ballpark, so they decided to watch it in the helium balloon coming up above.
Maybe Gary Ward's got a pitcher coming in with this bunch. An airlift.
Here's Doug DeCenzo. He opened up the ball game against the left-hander Brian Curry, hitting right-handed, turned around, batted left-handed a few times, back to the right-hand side. He's walked 3 times, he's had a single. 2 on, nobody out. For Oklahoma State. DeCenzo handles the bat very well. South Carolina looking for the bunt. Dayton ready to charge from first. DeCenzo ready to swing away. Takes the ball. See Dayton playing in front of the runner and ready to charge. And freshman Clint Sawyer. It's 2-0. And now June Raines is going to take a walk out. June Raines heads to the mound. And he may make a pitching change here. That's Bo Taylor, who pitched in Game 1 of the World Series. Loosening up. Looks like Raines is just out there to talk to Sawyer. That's all he wants to do right now. Trying to get him to get strikes. Pitching. Where's the pitching? It's so important. Doug DeCenzo tried it. He walked 2 men. Went back to center field. DeCenzo squares. Takes a strike. Now let's see what Gary Ward does here. Runners at first and second. Ronke, the pitcher, is at second. Ball 3. Count is 3-1 on Doug DeCenzo. A lot of players have been used in this game. South Carolina has used 17. Oklahoma State has used 14. As they try to stay alive in this World Series. Foul tip. Full count on DeCenzo. DeCenzo, better hitter left-handed, if only because he bats more left-handed throughout the season. Came into the game hitting .389. 3-2 pitch, runners hold. Tapped out to the mound. Sawyer gets the out at first. He looked at third, decided to go to first for the sure out.
A good play on his part. He would like to get that lead runner so that the fly ball does not score another run, but this stage has already been an error. The base hit because of Minton tied at third base. You need to get an out.
For 6, Randy Whistler.
Now watch Sawyer look at third. There he is. He might have had a play.
He might have had a play.
I think the other thing to remember that maybe he forgot that Ronke, the pitcher, was the base runner who really hasn't been on base much, if at all, this season. Runners at second and third. Infield in for South Carolina. 1 man out. Randy Whistler steps in. He too a switch hitter, turns around the bat right-handed. Whistler is 0 for 4 with a walk.
One thing we couldn't see on that play was Dave Hollins, how far he had come off the bag with the possibility of catching that chop ball.
Runners at second and third for Oklahoma State. One man out.
Come on, Randy.
That's a strike. Mike Day, left-handed hitter, is on deck. Incaviglia to follow. Here's Day. He's walked 5 times in the game.
Come on, Randy, let's hit one.
Whistler looking for his first hit of the game. At the outside corner.
There are times that the pitchers have put together a couple pitches in areas where it looks like they're in command, and then it's totally gone. Balls in the dirt, all over.
Maybe the wind blows home plate around. 1-2. That one hangs way outside. Still a lot of sunshine on the field. June rains. Hoping his team can stop Oklahoma State here. Curveball got the outside corner, and Whistler is called out on strikes. A big pitch for Clint Sawyer.
That's the out he really wanted to get. Sacrifice fly is now out of order. Throw strike, see if you can get it out. Sawyer has that good curveball. Catcher moving inside, wants it down and in. A little bit lazy in the outer half of the plate, but down in the strike zone, called strike. Whistler gave up on it.
2 men out, and here's Mike Day, and now he's in a hitting situation. He has walked 5 times, scored 4 runs. Curveball misses.
Not necessarily a hitting situation. First base open.
With Incaviglia on deck? Oh, no.
Left-hander against left-hander. You can be sure that Sawyer will go after him.
Got the outside corner. Good pitch. Sawyer moving the ball around pretty well. Only 145 pounds. Curveball's his big pitch. Day, a real selective hitter. Selects that one into right field. Base hit. In comes Bronke. Here comes Espinal. It's 16-10. Mike Day with a chance to swing. Comes through.
Very selective hitter in his 6th at bat. He finally got something to hit. Line shot into right field. 2 RBIs.
Big base hit from Mike Day.
Patience finally paid off. Fastball out over the plate. Belt high or a little bit higher.
He's a clutch player. 5 walks, 4 runs scored, and 2 RBIs with that base hit. And the lead opens up. Remember when Irv Brown said it was 7-0, it might be a football score? It's 16-10. This is football score time.
So what you're saying is we should wring Irv's neck?
Let's see if we can get some more touchdowns here. Here's Incaviglia. Last time up, what a shot. A 3-run homer. Ripped to left field, a base hit. Well, Incaviglia was kept quiet his first 4 times up. He's now 2 for 6 in the ball game. I like that one, too.
Well, Pete Incaviglia is an outstanding hitter. There's no question about that. But this is a fastball right down the middle of the plate, just like the fastball to Mike Day.
Batter.
Right there at the letters. It does not take a great hitter to hit a line drive on a pitch like that. Now, Incaviglia's got the number. He is an outstanding hitter. I'm not knocking him, but that is a fat pitch.
Billy Smith. He's had a real good ball game. 3 hits, sacrifice fly and a walk. He's driven in 3 runs. He's scored 2. 2 on and 2 outs. 2 runs in for Oklahoma State. The Cowboys have upped the lead to 16-10. Tapped out in front of the plate. Sawyer with a good play. But Mike Day with a clutch 2-out single delivers 2 runs for Oklahoma State. We go to the bottom half of the 8th inning. Game 5 of the College World Series. Oklahoma State 16-10 lead. Right after the conclusion of this game, we'll go to Sports Center to Chris Berman and Gail Gardner, get you up to date on what's happening in sports today. And then after Sports Center, back out here to Rosenblatt Stadium, Game 6 of the College World Series, Arizona and Stanford. John Sanders and Jim Price will bring you all the action live right here on ESPN. We go to the bottom half of the 8th inning. And people are asking, will Gary Ward ever smile again? If you get him a pitcher, maybe. Herb Brown?
Hey, do you know that today Dan Peterson, the home plate umpire, is 27 years old. Now, I don't think he's going anywhere tonight to celebrate. I think it's a hot bath, his teddy bear, a little warm milk, and down he goes.
And he might be 28 before he leaves the park tonight, the way this game's going.
Football score, huh, Irv? Okay. Scott Mackey to lead off the bottom of the 8th. Right now, Oklahoma State has missed the extra point. 16-10. It's been a parade of pitchers to the mound for each team. A lot of walks, a record number of walks in this game.
Okay, now the Oklahoma State approach for the last 2 innings. They got a 6-run lead. They need to stay away from the big inning. If they can.
Right, Coach. You got it.
I mean, you got to throw out the first 7.5 innings of this ball game. You think, okay, we got an inning and a half left. We're going to win the ball game. We can't get hurt. Let's just play good, fundamental baseball and don't give anything away.
Dan Peterson showing a wide strike zone. Scott Mackey saying, come on now. Counts 2-2. Rocky. A chance to loosen up his legs on the bases, scored a run. He'll talk about that for a long time. Now he's got a chance to shut down South Carolina. Full count pitch. 1 hop to Whistler at short. And there's 1 out. Senior Randy Whistler. Got a little tenderness in his arm throwing the ball. Steady man, very consistent. He's not going to make great plays at shortstop. He's better as a second baseman. Last year, Oklahoma State just had one of the finest in Gary Green at shortstop. Signed with the Padres organization. Playing down in Beaumont, Texas right now.
And Oklahoma State feels that Whistler's future as a professional is second base. Has played there occasionally this year.
Eddie Lendensky, single, walk, sacrifice fly, and another walk. Lendensky the DH in the ball game. A lot of sun, as we said, especially on the right side. That's Jimmy Berrigan at first base, squinting in, trying to see that pitch.
Actually, the lower he gets in his stance, the more sun, the sun becomes a factor. These next group of shadows that come out on the field are permanent. Sun getting very low.
It's coming up on 15 minutes to 8 o'clock Central Time. Still a lot of sunshine. It's been a beautiful day here in Omaha. 2-1 pitch. Lendensky chased it. There's been only one 1-2-3 inning in this ball game, and that was back in the top half of the first inning. Excuse me, the bottom of the first inning when South Carolina went down 1-2-3. Full count. There's the sun out in the right center. Shadow starting to creep in down the left side. Walked him. And another walk to the record. 27 walks in this game by both teams. And Jeff Churchich. Churchich had a base hit in the 6-run inning. Last inning. The incredible part of this is normally you'd say 6-run lead. Boy, that's safe, no problem. But 6-run lead in this game is nothing.
And you thought Jimmy Berrigan had trouble with the sun before. He was looking right dead into that sun trying to spot his pitcher.
Holding a runner on with a 6-run lead. Again, a lead not safe when both these teams struggle to get some pitching consistency. Bronchi misses again. Churchich replaced the starting catcher, Scott Lambert. Lambert had a hit in the ball game. Count is 3-0. One man out. Bronchi didn't get it, down low. 28 walks in the ball game. 2 on and 1 out. And Dave Hollins will come up.
Dave Hollins, third base.
Gary Ward just can't believe it. This time I think he's looking into the umpire and saying, give me a little help. Missed outside.
I know you're probably going to think I'm just sticking up for the pitchers, but I do believe the strike zone has been a little inconsistent today.
Really?
I think so.
Okay.
There's been some pitches that I thought have been right there, very close, that could have been called strikes. It's not going to make 28 walks difference. A little inconsistent.
Let's not blame it all on the umpire.
No, man's having a birthday. He'd like to get out of here.
Right. Oh, those feet are hurting right about now. South Carolina starting to build something here. They got 6 in the last inning. Tapped down the first base line, a fair ball. Over comes Bronchi, makes the play. 2 men out. Runners move up to second and third. Churchich the runner at second, and Lendensky over at third.
Little number down the first baseline.
Second baseman.
Bronchi off the mound. Needs to cut this ball off. Don't let it get by you. Now the first baseman has a decision to make. Makes the play from his knees.
The grass slowed that ball down.
Sure did, and normally you would think you'd like to use the glove to cut the ball off, but the way the grass was slowing it down, the ball wasn't rolling fast enough, or that fast. It was a pretty good play barehanded.
There's Riley Polk, the second baseman, number 9 hitter in the order. Runners at second and third for South Carolina. They trail by 6, 16-10. They trailed by 8-0. Cut it to 8-4. Trailed by 10, 14-4. And cut it to 14-10. Now they trail by 6 as Oklahoma State answered back. Count is 1-1 on Polk.
And for maybe the first time today, there is no activity in either bullpen.
On the ground is short. Whistler, the long throw. He threw it high, safe. Berrigan missed the tag. Well, we said Whistler's been having a little trouble with his arm. Gary Ward's going to go out and question that call. The first base umpire, Murray Stray.
Randy Whistler taking his time with this. Double step, launches a high one. Berrigan making a nice play, fighting the sun. Barely missed that tag.
Good play by Riley Polk, sliding in.
Looked like that slide saved him. Berrigan made a nice play, making the catch in one motion, going with the tag. Dave Hollins getting under it. Excuse me, Riley Polk.
Lewis Jenkins, who pinch hit for Jeff Barnes, the starting shortstop, and walked in the 7th inning, steps in. It's 16-11. Runners at first and third for South Carolina. The error charged to Whistler. First error in the ballgame for Oklahoma State. So 2 walks and an error bring in a run. But Bronchi is 0-2 on Lewis Jenkins. This is a strange count. Curveball, strike 3 called. Jenkins could not pull the trigger, surprised by the breaking pitch. South Carolina gets a run, no hits, an error, 2-man left. We go to the 9th inning with Oklahoma State leading it 16-11. We're going to the top half of the 9th inning. Seems like the pitchers have been spinning the wrong wheels today.
And that young fella may be the next one.
We go to the 9th inning with Oklahoma State trying to stay alive in this College World Series, leading South Carolina 16-11. There you see it across the board. Oklahoma State the big lead with a 7-run second. And South Carolina trying to fight their way back in it. Oklahoma State can score those runs. Jimmy Berrigan steps in against Clint Sawyer. Berrigan's had an RBI single in this game. High drive to center field. Mackey is there.
How's that, a routine fly ball?
Kevin Fowler, third base.
Good pitching. Clint Sawyer, freshman.
It's been 5 innings since the last routine fly ball. The second out of the 4th inning was the last routine fly ball we saw.
Here's Kevin Fowler, the third baseman. Had a couple of hits in the game, plus a walk. Started that 7-run inning. In the second, had 2 hits in that inning. Fowler's had some power. Has not hit for average this year. He's had 15 homers. We're in the top half of the 9th inning. Oklahoma State leading South Carolina 16-11. The winner plays again on Wednesday night against the loser of Tuesday night's game between Miami and Texas. Miami and Texas in the winner's bracket. Mississippi State will play Arkansas tomorrow night in a winner's bracket game. After this game, we go to Sports Center and then back here to Omaha, Nebraska for Game 6, an elimination game between Arizona and Stanford. John Sanders and Jim Price will be awakened, and they'll get in here and work that game for you. Do their usual outstanding job. 3-1 to Fowler. Sawyer gets off the mound, hesitated, safe. Sawyer needed to make that play, but he hesitated, and when Hollins, the third baseman, played it, it was too late.
Hollins was back in the infield. Did not get a great jump in. It was going to be a difficult play for either one. You're right. The play in that situation had to be made by the pitcher. It wasn't going to be made at all.
Fowler legs it out for a base hit, his 3rd hit of the game. And here's the pitcher, Jeff Bronchi. Why is he hitting, you might ask, if you tuned in late? With all the pitching substitutions, DeCenzo, the center fielder, had been brought in. And that eliminated the DH spot. And Bronchi is hitting in that DH spot right now.
Will Craig Christensen please go to the office?
Gary Ward comes down to talk to Bronchi. Bronchi may have missed a sign. They may want him to be bunting.
Well, that's something that's very difficult for pitchers to stay on top on when they're used so very little. I know that personally, when the club had the meetings, I knew what the signs were at the start of the season, maybe knew them for a week or so, but when you're not using them all the time, you forget.
Bronchi did not square. He's ready to swing. It's 2-0. Harry Ward may just say, stand up there and take a few.
Maybe the sign he missed was the hit and run. You always think the pitchers are going to bunt, not necessarily so.
You're giving the pitchers a lot of breaks now.
Somebody's got to.
But look at Bronchi. He's 3-0.
Pitch around him to get to Incaviglia.
At a strike. Three-1 on Bronchi, the pitcher. Shortened up to bunt, took a strike. 3-2. One man out. Fowler, the runner at first. June Raines just shaking his head over what's happened in this long game. Went after a bad pitch. Now you know I would have had him bunting after I see him swing. Swing like that.
Didn't want to get called out looking.
Bronchi, the pitcher, will sit down and rest and await the bottom of the ninth inning. 2 men out. Sergio Espinal, the second baseman, steps in. Had a single his last time. Scored 2 runs in the game. Hits for Oklahoma State in the game. This is an Oklahoma State team that scores a lot of runs in the regional. They had wins of 8-3, 15-8, and 10-6 in the Big 8 tournament. They beat Kansas State 10-4, Oklahoma 11-5, and 19-4. They score runs.
A team that scores so many runs that really the only way they can lose is by giving up the big inning. Gave up the big inning today, still have a 5-run lead.
2-1 to Espinal. Breaking pitch on the inside corner. Freshman Sawyer keeps that curveball up high. What are your impressions of Sawyer thus far in the ball game, Paul?
They talk about his curveball. I think he does have an outstanding curveball. Going to have to pitch with it, show the fastball.
Got that ball moving down and away, and Espinal strikes out. So Oklahoma State, for the first time in 4 innings, is kept off the board. We go to the bottom half of the 9th inning. South Carolina with one more chance to get back in it.
One total? Correct. Thank you.
6, 5,
Sam Rosen and Paul Splittorff live at Rosenblatt Stadium in Omaha, Nebraska, as we go to the bottom half of the 9th inning. And the last chance for South Carolina as the loser of this game will pack the bags and leave Omaha. Rob Reinhardt will lead it off. He led off the 6-run 7th inning for South Carolina with a walk. A big play in that inning was when Reinhardt was cut down at the plate by Billy Smith trying to score on a base hit. Billy Smith, fine throw from right field. Bronchi trying to shut the door and keep Oklahoma State in the College World Series. Harry Ward, I don't know if he wants to look anymore. Reinhardt chasing it. 2 strikes. Espinal in the right field. So Reinhardt, the leading hitter for South Carolina all year, comes up with his 2nd hit of the game, 2nd hit of the World Series.
And doing some good 2-strike hitting. Ball hit sharply in the hole, right side. Espinal dive to his left. Ball well out of reach.
Joe Dayton steps in. He has walked his last 4 times up. He was 0 for 1 in the game. Good pitch by Rocky.
Joe Dayton has gotten very little to hit in this series. You mentioned the walks today. The first ball game, he goes 1 for 6. Arkansas pitching very well.
5-run lead for Oklahoma State. Mike Trapasso, a left-hander, is warming up in the Oklahoma State bullpen, just in case. Now, got a strike. A low fastball.
On the outside corner, another pitch that he can't get to. I have to be honest, I was looking forward to watching Joe Dayton hit. Everything I've heard about him, he's an excellent hitter, a good short stride, quick hands, power, Triple Crown winner.
On the ground to second, Espinal tags the runner, throw to first, double play. Sergio Espinal decided to take it himself and made the play. 2 men out.
Sam, you can also be aggressive on defense. Espinal at second base, charging the ball, making the tag himself. Strong throw to first.
Fine play. Had time.
Mark Nelson.
2 men out. Nobody on for South Carolina. And Mark Nelson, a backup catcher, a 20-year-old freshman from Columbia, South Carolina, will pinch hit. On the ground, over the head of the pitcher. Here comes Whistler. And the ball game is over. It wasn't easy.
And it wasn't pretty.
It wasn't pretty. But Gary Ward will take it. Oklahoma State just outscores South Carolina 16-11, including a 3-run homer by Pete Incaviglia. But Billy Smith with 3 base hits, 3 RBIs, a big play at the plate. He threw out a runner. And Oklahoma State's Cowboys can smile. They stay alive. They'll play again Wednesday night. Don't forget, after Sports Center, back here at Rosenblatt Stadium, it'll be another elimination game when Stanford meets Arizona. For Paul Splittorff, this is Sam Rosen. The final score, Oklahoma State 16, South Carolina 11.